Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
So proud of the guys, just kept clawing, kept fighting back, and I'm beyond proud of them.
He sends a high fly ball to deep right center field. No one's going to catch that. It is going way back, and that is out of here for a home run. Luke Cossey, a monster shot, clears the 405 sign. Our first home run at Duncan Field since 2023. Touch 'em all, Luke Cossey.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
One run will score. Here comes a second run home. Johnston digging for third. He slides in, and the Sodbusters have a 3-0 lead as Weston Johnston scorches one over the head of Jake Daly.
All the credit to the guys in the dugout playing really, really hard, keeping it simple, throwing strikes on the mound, going right at kids, and then just keep it simple up at the plate. And all the credit to the guys for just busting their butts night in, night out.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Well, of all the wild weather we've had here to open this 2025 summer season, with the abysmal, dreary conditions, the rain, the coldish weather to start the season, I would almost argue that today, even though you're may deceive you on the screen, this could be the wildest weather day that we've had for the Sodbusters season, as we welcome you in on this Friday evening to historic Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska, where it is an even 100 degrees outside, and the wind is blowing and gusting. You can see the cameras being tilted a little bit at some points, the wind catching on the microphones as well. So it is a prime condition for great or not so great weather. Depends on who you ask here at Duncan Field. Ryan Valenta with you flying solo tonight. Got Noah and Connor next to me running the show. Appreciate their help in making Sodbuster baseball possible, and we appreciate you tuning in on this Friday evening as the Hastings Sodbusters back home after a 5-game road trip over the week from Monday to Thursday, as they take on, for the second time this season, the travel-only squad of the Nebraska Prospects. First pitch here in about 6:35 p.m. We'll also have our latest Sodbuster Spotlight with one of the mainstays in the rotation and in the infield. We'll have that coming up shortly, but taking a look at today's games and quick numbers so far, the Hastings Sodbusters coming into tonight's game with a 14-7 record. They were 2-3 in that road series Monday through Thursday. They won the Monday game, the lone game against the Oahe Zap by a score of 11-2. And then in 4 games against the Spearfish Sasquatch, the Sodbusters dropped 3 out of 4 games in those series, losing on Tuesday in run rule fashion 13-3, winning on Wednesday of the first game of a doubleheader 5-1, dropping the second game of the doubleheader 8-5, and then losing in heartbreaking fashion last night in Spearfish 7-6. Sodbusters had a 1-run lead going into the 9th inning, but Spearfish tied it up on a solo home run and then eventually walked it off in the 9th inning to get the win. So Spearfish and Hastings, they are now tied atop the Independence League leaderboards. Last time we were talking to you at the end of last week, the Sodbusters had a nearly comfortable 2 or 3 game lead, depending on which game it was, but that lead has been erased as of now. Spearfish 15-8, Hastings 14-7. So Spearfish has another win and another loss, but by percentage-wise and the separation in the standings, there is none right now, and just 7 games left in the regular season, including this one. Sodbusters need to fight to win just about every game that comes in front of them. Coming up next on our pregame show, with first pitch about 15 minutes away, we visit with Sodbuster shortstop Christian Loera, the Oklahoma City native. He's a great interview. Got a chance to catch up with him before the game started earlier. We'll have that next, and first pitch in about 15 minutes, back from Duncan Field in a moment.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I feel better already. The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
It's a windy episode of the Sodbuster Spotlight as the gusts are pouring in here at Duncan Field this evening. And our next Sodbuster Spotlight is with one of the middle infielders of the Hastings Sodbusters, Christian Loera, been locking it down at shortstop for the good first half of the season. Christian, good to see you. And you've been having a pretty nice summer so far. I think the answer is a little bit obvious, but why don't you tell us a little bit about how you became to be a Hastings Sodbuster this summer?
I went to ASUMH Mountain Home in the spring, and I met Printer, and, me and Printer just clicked very well, and he noticed that I played similar to him, and he said that he wanted me to come play for him in the summer, so I was like, right on, I'm on board with you.
Had you played summer ball before this summer?
Yeah, I was playing back at home in Oklahoma, just some little, leagues, but nothing this competitive, for sure.
All right, well, first summer in Nebraska for you. What's it been like so far? We mentioned that you've been doing a pretty good job on both sides of the baseball, and just your overall impressions of your first summer here in Nebraska playing baseball.
It's actually a blessing to be here, and I couldn't imagine myself being anywhere else. I feel like God's plan just keeps me here in the moment at all times. So I'm just grateful to be here. I'm enjoying it.
Talk about your spring at ASU Mountain Home, team that you got to have your assistant coach there, and I'll be your head coach here. How was your spring, and what are you looking to improve on this summer?
My spring was pretty good. I didn't hit the best, but, I showed a little bit of more pop this year, which is pretty good. I just need to stick to my approach with hitting-wise. I'm always going to hold it down defensively. Working on something I need to work on is probably just staying up the middle, line drives, and not getting myself out, because I got good eyes and good hands. So
shortstop's been your main position this summer. Is that what you're aiming to? Is that your main position in the spring?
Yeah, that's my main position for the spring. But I get moved around sometimes a second because I'm a smaller guy. But I think I could compete at short.
All right. And have you always been a baseball guy, or were you a football, wrestler, other player growing up at all, or has it always been baseball?
I played basketball for a little bit as I was younger, but I was a little smaller on the side, so I had to stick to baseball, and I had to work really hard to get here. So,
good stuff from Christian Loera, the Sodbuster shortstop, and you're one of the guys from not too far away from the Midwest, down in Oklahoma City native. We have a lot of guys coming from a lot smaller towns. You not so much. Tell us about growing up in Oklahoma City and how it compares to Hastings here.
Oklahoma City to me is really just home. I really love it there. I get to go to all these small towns, and I'm like, this is not really my type of thing. I'm from a big city where there's a lot of people, but I make the small towns work because I get to just enjoy in the moment more than a lot of other things around me. So it's nice.
So you're staying with a host family too, and that's one of the smaller things too. And this you probably wouldn't get an opportunity to do that otherwise. Who are you staying with, and what's it been like to stay with them and spend your summer in Hastings so far?
I'm staying with Rob and Nicole Evers and Weston Evers, their son, and I'm really enjoying it. They have a cat named Spice, and me and I stay with Cooper Harrell on the team, and me and him really love the cat, so we enjoy it. We love them. They treat us like family. So
you're a cat guy? Yeah,
I wouldn't say a cat guy, but if there's a good cat, cats like good people. So the cat likes me.
There you go. I'm a cat guy too, so I'm right there with you. Let's talk about ASU Mountain Home. You're going to school. What are you majoring in, and what are you hoping to get out of your degree when you graduate?
Majoring in physical education, and I'm just honestly, I don't know really what I want to do at the end, but I'm thinking of maybe like broadcasting or, like sports analyst type of person because I love being around the game. So I'm just going to figure it out this next year, I guess.
Well, hey, if you're available tomorrow, I mean, you're probably going to be in the starting lineup tomorrow. I'll be gone, so we've always got a spot open in the booth for you if you ever have a day off.
Okay.
But we'd like you in the starting lineup for sure.
Yes,
Talk about, you talk about Oklahoma City. I know they've got a big game on Sunday. Are you a Thunder fan? And what's that been like to watch them through the playoffs?
It's been nerve-wracking, honestly. They're young guys, so, I mean, sometimes they're going to lose, but I guess it's how they bounce back, kind of like us. I mean, Game 7 on Sunday, hopefully we can get it. I mean, if we don't, we had a good run. It is what it is, honestly.
All right. Do you have a favorite baseball memory, maybe as all the way back from your youth or even in your college days? Anything stick out that you're never going to remember from the baseball field, or never not going to forget from the baseball field?
There's a lot of bad things in there that I remember, but I'll try to find a good one. Let's see. I would say probably my first time going into a college game was in extra innings, and I made the third out of the inning, so that was a pretty big memory for me.
Assume you made the third out on defense.
Yes, I did.
All right. Well, what's you talked about your main goal this summer, so yeah, you guys have got a super big grind on the field, but off the field, what are some hobbies that you like to do, and are you able to do them while you're here in Hastings?
I mean, back home I like to go like downtown and walk around and see the city, but here I just go play basketball with some of the guys, go hang out with the guys, go to the gym, and sometimes we hang out with our host family's kid, and we watch the Royal games with them. So I'm just enjoying the moment here.
So watching Royals games, is that because you're a Royals fan, or do you have a major league team at all?
My host family's favorite team is the Royals. My favorite team is the Rangers, but they're having an okay year this year, I guess.
Well, the Rangers, that's also I talked to Weston Johnston earlier this year, and he says that's his favorite team, too. I asked him about the Astros. He didn't speak fondly about them. What do you think about the Houston Astros?
I think they have a good coach, but, I mean, ever since what they did, they've been frowned upon. But, it's baseball, but they were using cameras, so I guess it's illegal, yeah.
Right there with you. All right, Christian Loera, Sodbuster shortstop. What else should we know about you?
Just grateful to be here, man.
He's Christian Loera. Appreciate his time. It's the latest episode of the Sodbuster Spotlights. I'm Ryan Valenta.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Back on our pregame show with first pitch just a couple minutes away here at Duncan Field. Ryan Valenta with you on this Friday evening. It's round 2 versus the Nebraska Prospects. These two teams meeting for the second time this season, and Hastings got the 7-1 win back on June the 5th, so 15 days from their last contest with the Prospects. 7-1 win. Sodbusters out-hit the Prospects 10-5, and they were flirting with a 9-inning shutout, which could have been their first of the year, but the Prospects got their lone run in the 9th inning. Creighton Jacobitz had the start in that one, but we will see a different Hastings area left-hander on the mound tonight. Let's introduce today's starting lineups, and first we will go with the visitors of the Nebraska Prospects. They will start off with Drew Borner to lead things off and play shortstop. Jacob Perrin will bat second and play right field. Avery Moore, the third-place hitter, will play left field. Mike Valdivia is the cleanup hitter as the designated hitter. Corey Kozad, the catcher, batting fifth. Aiden Martin, the first baseman, batting sixth. Jackson Schumacher, the center fielder, will bat seventh. Ripken Fleck will bat eighth and play second base. And Finn Hochstein will bat ninth and play third base. Jarrett Bell gets the start on the mound for the Nebraska prospects today. Borner, Perrin, Moore, Valdivia, Kozad, Martin, Schumacher, Fleck, Hochstein, and Bell. The Nebraska prospects travel-only team under the direction of Gretna native Gabe Shemwell. And now for the Hastings Sodbusters. Lots of familiar guys in the lineup. They will start off with Christian Loera to lead it off and play shortstop. Drew Vega will bat second and play second base. Lucasi will bat third and play right field. Jude Greaves is today's cleanup hitter and will be the catcher. Tyler Welsh will bat fifth and play third base. Zane Wilson will get the start in left field and bat sixth. Ethan Foley, Grand Island native, will be the designated hitter in the seventh spot. Cooper Harrell will play first base and bat eighth. Finally, it's Chase Phillips to bat ninth and play center field. Marcus Miller, the crafty left-hander and the Hastings High native, he will get the start on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters today. From top to bottom one more time: Loera, Vega, Cossey, Greaves, Welsh, Wilson, Foley, Harrell, and Phillips. Josh Printer, his first year as the Sodbusters head coach, former player for the past 2 years, but he has stepped right into the coaching role, led the Sodbusters to one of their best starts, if not their best starts. Well, they were 9-0 to start off the season, and since then 5-7, but they've been hovering around the 500 range. They have started to play a lot tougher of competition as of recently. Sodbusters tied for first place in the Independence League, and Sodbuster assistant coaches, of course, we've got to mention those, are Corey Caranda and Andy Chase. Prospects and Sodbusters, round 2 before the Plainsmen come to town for a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday series. Then the Sodbusters will hit the road for 3 more games against Casper before the first half of the season ends. Sodbusters, they can stay on top of the first half division standings, and they will make the playoffs. And they were 1 game away from making the playoffs last year. Spearfish bidding for the other spot in the playoffs. Well, we'll have to see what happens in the next 7 games. We've got the homeschool area marching band set to perform today's national anthem. We'll take you down to the field as they march their way on to the turf. The instrumentation of the national anthem here at Duncan Field as the Sodbusters and Prospects meet on a very hot and blustery day. Again, we are almost at 100. Checked the Weather Channel. We're at 97 right now, and winds are probably the highest we have ever seen them, gusting straight in from the right field corner, as they're probably getting over to about 30 miles an hour at the wind speed here in Hastings. Well, it's going to be hot all weekend. Another 100-degree day set for tomorrow. And then Sunday isn't going to get really much better. And then Monday, the severe storms come in. So we'll look to see how the weather treats the Sodbusters here in this very hot weather weekend. Now we go to the field for the starting pitcher, Marcus Miller. The Hastings High Tiger product and Hastings College guy. Just finished up his 3rd season with the Hastings College Broncos and now making his 3rd season for the Hastings Sodbusters. It'll be his 3rd start of this summer season, be his first time out in 18 days. Last out against the Fremont Moo. 4 2/3 innings for him did not factor into the decision. That was the game where the Sodbusters had that miraculous comeback in the 9th inning and were able to walk it off with 3 runs in the 9th when defeat was looming impending. But Miller had a great opening series start against the Oahe Zap, opening season start, I should say, where he went 7 2/3 innings and only allowed 2 runs. He's a guy that doesn't blow you away with the velocity, sits in the low 80s, but he has that killer 12-6 curveball, if you can call it. Maybe it's more of a 11-4, something 11-5, something more like that, but hit a sharp break on the breaking ball that gets a lot of swings and misses from the hitters. So Miller time on the mound tonight. Sodbusters go with their green uniforms with the yellow numbers and letters, and the prospects will go with their powder blues with white numbers. Umpires tonight, Wade Spencer, a new face behind the plates. Introduced myself to him earlier in the game and said it's his first time here this season, but not first time at Duncan Field. Daniel Roth is the field umpire out in the field. Well, here we go, 6:36 p.m. as the jerseys flap in the wind. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes to the leadoff hitter, Drew Borner. And the Nebraska Prospects, a travel-only team. Most of the guys out of the Omaha metro area, but the occasional sprinkle outside of it. Breaking ball nubbed foul down the line. And we also don't have our outfield camera in working order today due to the high wind and the heat. That thing would just not function very well out there, and it would not go good for the outfield camera. So we're going to give it the day off and maybe the weekend off. So you're just going to get the angle you see right here this evening. Fouled out of play. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Drew Borner. Omaha native, went to high school at Millard West and a University of Nebraska Omaha Maverick. Had a nice spring for UNO. 39 games, hit .308, 37 hits, but it's been a different story this summer. He's just 2 for 15 so far. Again, fouled back. That's off the facade of the second deck here and lands in the seats for a souvenir. The Hastings Thunder, a team that's in the ballpark tonight. Little League teams getting the opportunity to play catch with the Sodbusters before every game. The Thunder get the fortunate opportunity this evening. Outside, didn't miss by much. Good call by the home plate umpire. Went with a changeup away. That one just at 74 miles an hour. The count's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sodbusters looking to get back on the horse after a 2-3 weekday series up north. Spearfish getting an important 3-game series win out of the 4 games against the Sodbusters to even themselves up in the Independence League standings. Well, Miller has worked the count full. Here's the payoff to Borner. Popped in the air, but will get out of play down the left field side. Gabe Shemwell does the head coaching duties at third base, and asked him before the game, any guys not making the trip or injured? He said, you're going to be here a while if I list them all off. So the prospects are, I'm told, very short-handed right now. I saw the national anthem. There were only 10 guys out on the field. Of course, they have their bullpen guys, but the prospects don't have a lot of depth this evening. Their starter is going to have to probably go a long ways. Payoff again. Got him swinging. Strike 3. Went with the fastball upstairs out of the zone. Borner could not lay off, and Miller starts off the game with a strikeout. That'll bring up Jacob Perrin, the prospect right fielder, as the second batter of the game. Jacob Perrin, he has been a guy that's been a thorn in the Sodbusters' side in years past. He's also had a pretty decent summer so far. Perrin, a .333 average, 12 for 36. And that speaks volumes because the prospects as a team in 11 games, they're only hitting a team average of .212. 73 hits in 11 games. Hasn't gone very well offensively for the prospects. That one is swung on and fouled back to the screen. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Jacob Perrin. Sodbusters and the Prospects, they will meet later again this season to close out the season. Actually, that'll be the second to last series. They'll have 4 games and then 2 final games against Oahe. 0-2, called strike 3, got him looking. Fastball right down Broadway at 83 miles an hour. Miller reached back for gas according to his standards. He usually touches as high as 81, maybe 82. But Perrin was looking for something different on the 0-2 pitch. So it's 2 up and 2 down via way of the K. Now it's Avery Moore. He'll watch strike 1 go by in the lower outside corner. Moore, one of the Division I boys on the Prospects squad, Omaha native, plays ball in the Big Ten Conference with the Purdue Boilermakers. 0-1 from Miller. Swing and a miss. Went with the breaking ball, and then Moore out in front of it. This summer, Moore, he has been the hottest hitter on the team, 12 for 31, a 450 clip in 9 games. But Miller is way ahead of him here. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Miller looking to strike out the side, or at least a nice 1-2-3 inning to get the Sodbusters off with some momentum in the bottom of the first. You can see the flag right in center field over inside the 408 sign. That thing is moving. 0-2 pitch in the turf, and that gets away from the catcher Jude Greaves, but no harm with nobody on. It's 1-2. Defense for the Hastings Sodbusters tonight from left to right field. It's Zane Wilson, Chase Phillips, Luke Cossey. From third to first, Tyler Welsh, Christian Loera, Drew Vega, and Cooper Harrell, the aforementioned Greaves behind the dish. 1-2 on Avery Moore. Ground ball up the middle to Loera. Has plenty of time, throws it high, but Harrell's able to get his foot back down on the bag. Made it a little bit more interesting than it needed to be, but the play is made, and the Prospects go down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. It'll be Hastings' chance to speak in the bottom of the inning. We'll be right back with Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball. It's the bottom of the first inning as the top of the order will come up, looking to strike first on the scoreboard and improve to 2-0 this season against the Nebraska Prospects. Christian Loera, Drew Vega, Luke Cossey, the first to get a look at the Prospects starter, Jarrett Bell. Just finished up his freshman year at Allen Community College, the Red Devils. He was a part of a team, and for his spring, he had 11 appearances, started 3 games, a 1-4 record, had 29 innings pitched and 29 earned runs given up. So he had a 9 flat ERA in the spring. However, he only walked 11 batters and did strike out 24. It's a common theme you see with the guys is that they have a high walk rate, but it's not Jarrett Bell. He's done a pretty good job so far in the spring and this summer. 3 appearances for him, 2 starts. He's gone a total of 9 2/3 innings. Doesn't have a record as of yet. He's given up 8 hits, 3 runs, 8 walks, but he struck out 13. He had a 7 strikeout game against the Casper Spuds in just 4 innings. So he's a guy that can strike some batters out and has a very good ERA so far, 2.47 his ERA to start off his 4th appearance for the Nebraska Prospects. And Christian Loera, who had an excellent series up in the north, will dig in first. Loera takes strike one right over the heart of the plate. Look at his numbers after the 0-1 pitch. Just a bit outside, 1-1. Loera in the 5-game road series went 9 for 17, had a pair of 3-hit games. Only drove in 1 run, but walked 5 times. He improved his batting average all the way up to .305 and has 18 hits. I want a generous call on the outside corner. Borderline pitch goes in the favor of the prospects. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll blame the wind for pushing that one a little bit farther outside at the last second. 1-2, that one a called strike 3. Loera showing the umpire that he thought it was well outside, and Loera very hacked off at the call by Wade Spencer as he goes down looking on 2 pitches that were pretty borderline but appeared to be out of the strike zone. Vega will try and right ship as both leadoff hitters in the first inning strike out. And Jarrett Bell with his first strikeout of the game. Vega goes upstairs and swings and misses at a pitch to make it 0-1. Drew Vega, his average down to 187. He has struggled this past couple of weeks. Went 2 for 18 in the 5-game road series. Another pitch called in the outside corner. Vega quickly down 0-2, but nothing wrong with that pitch right there. Vega had a double, his first of the year up in that road series. A waste pitch up high, Vega lays off. 14 hits for Drew, 13 runs driven in. Already well above his season total last year, right at it actually. In the turf, blocked by Kozad, the catcher. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Sodbusters coming home from a road series just last night, and that's the name of the game in summer baseball. The Sodbusters on a big streak of games in a row right now. Outside, so Vega's worked the count full after he was down 0-2. Can Bell come back? Or can Vega come back? Or can Bell finish him off? The payoff. Sprayed it out of play in a pitch that was probably too close to take. Now, the Sodbusters had their first game of this long stretch of games back on June the 9th in Casper. They played 7 straight days, and they have not gotten a day off since June 8th. This is their 12th game in a row. Payoff again, got him swinging, and Vega didn't realize the ball was dropped. The catcher retrieves it, though, and throws it down to first base. Tough break for the Sodbusters. If Vega realizes it right away that it pops out of the glove, he likely reaches first base. That's the second time that in the last calendar week that I've seen something like that happen. Had an incident where another Sodbuster player struck out, didn't realize the ball was dropped, and they could have been safe at first base, but didn't run, so they didn't realize it. Now Luke Cossey, he sprays one. That's a hook shot into center field, and look at the wind take a hold of that. Cossey will go for extra bases, and the throw into second will be offline. A 2-out double for Luke Cossey. And that is a first base runner of the ball game for the Hastings Sodbusters. 89 off the bat for Luke. That one wasn't hit. Didn't look like it was hit super hard, and that was into the wind as well, but the slice action on that got it away from Jackson Schumacher. And for Luke Cossey, that's his, believe it or not, first double of the year. Had 2 triples and a homer, but not a double until now. Now Jude Greaves grounds it inside the bag, a fair ball, backing up his Hochstein. The long throw over is perfect, right on target. Now the Seward native cleans up the 2-out double that is left stranded, and the Sodbusters will not score in the bottom of the first. We go to the second, still scoreless at Duncan Field.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Pretty uneventful first inning for both sides, minus the two-out double for Luke Cossey as Marcus Miller takes the bump again. The Hastings Sodbusters 14-7. The Nebraska Prospects 4-7. And if you think all the way back to 2023, which is just 2 years ago, the Prospects, they were the gauntlet of the league. You had to dig deep to beat them in any sort of game. They were 25-9 and ended up finishing in first place, even though they were a travel-only team in the Independence League. But last year was a much different story, just 8-24. Seemed like that Prospects team 2 years ago, and maybe even a little bit of last year. Every guy, or just about every other guy that was coming up to the plate, was a Division I guy at UNO or UNL. Seen some UNL guys go to Nebraska Prospects. We had some go to Fremont as well. Sodbusters haven't had any of those in a while, but they're looking good with their roster this year. Aiming for win number 15 tonight, and Marcus Miller is aiming at the 4, 5, and 6 Prospect hitters. Mike Valdivia, the first to step in. A one-shot hopper out to Drew Vega at second base. One pitch and one out on the hard ground ball by Valdivia. Miller very efficient in the first inning, a pair of strikeouts and a ground out. He started it off 4 up and 4 down, and now here's Corey Kozad. Kozad, a Southeast Community College product. Another one of the Millard West Wildcat boys, which made the playoffs again this year in high school baseball. First pitch misses up high. Kozad in the June 5th contest versus the Sodbusters, he was 0 for 3. This season, 4 for 21. Pitch gets the inside part of the plate to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball inside, shaved off the inside part of the black, according to Flight Scope. Top of the second inning, still no score. That one bends a little bit too far inside. Miller tried to go to the same spot, but just missed. Corey Kozad, 5 runs driven in. He's walked 6 times, and he's only struck out once. Time called. And quickly back in. Miller from the wind on the 2-1. Sprayed in the air, shallow on the infield. Cooper Harrell at first base calling for it, and he makes the catch on the cutout of the infield turf. It's 2 up and 2 down and 5 straight to start the game for the Hastings native Miller. He's got a tough customer coming up in the third batter of the inning, Aiden Martin. He is one of the few non-Nebraska prospects. He's technically an Iowa prospect. Council Bluffs native. Plays ball at Ellsworth Community College. Did not play for them in the spring, but in 8 games this summer so far, he's got 10 hits, including a double and 5 ribbies. 2 of those hits came against the Sodbusters 15 days ago. Way out in front of that breaking ball to make it 0-2. And Miller looking for another shutdown inning here in the second. Martin was 2 for 4 with 2 punch-outs in that Thursday game a couple of weeks ago. He's way ahead. And he sends him back to the dugout. Another strikeout for Miller, 3 through 2 innings, and it's been 6 up and 6 down. No score as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Hastings still looking to strike first at Duncan Fields.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here.
I
feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
No score as we enter the bottom of the second inning. Ryan Valento with you on this hot, humid, and windy Friday evening. Hot's one thing, but when the wind's blowing, you either like it or you don't. A little bit of a relief on it, but then when you're a guy like me who's getting thrown around by the wind out there, it's probably not a whole lot of fun playing in the elements here on this Friday evening. Well, for Hastings, it's 5, 6, and 7 coming up against Jarrett Bell. Able to strand a 2-out double in the first inning. Tyler Welsh. Been a while since we've seen Mr. Welsh. He has kind of stepped into a part-time coaching role on the road per se, because assistant coach Corey Caranda, he's mainly stays at home for the coaching, so he's kind of the assistant road coach. Welsh, this will just be his 5th game that he's appeared in this summer, and he's still looking for his first hit this summer. Doesn't look like it's going to happen here. Pop up to third. Hochstein able to put the squeeze on it for out number 1. Tyler Welsh going to be off into the real estate business. After the summer, he's heading back to his hometown of Tucson. Even though baseball's not in his future plans, still getting one final opportunity in his 3rd season with the Hastings Sodbusters. Now another guy who has seen limited playing time for the Sodbusters, Zane Wilson, the Clarkston, Michigan native, one of the Saginaw Valley State boys. Fouls it back to the screen. It's him, Ethan Marshall, and Ryan Jarvis, the Cardinal players on the team. Wilson in 7 games, just 1 for 17. He did get his first hit of the season up on the road series. He'll take a strike on the outside corner. That's quickly 0-2 strikes to Zane Wilson. A run driven in, a walk, and 8 strikeouts. Had a very successful season for Saginaw Valley State. Hit .298 in 32 games. Just misses with that pitch. Looked pretty good, but just a little bit inside. According to the home plate umpire, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Base is empty. 1 out, no score, bottom of the second inning. Jarrett Bell from the stretch misses low, 2-2. Defense for the prospects today from left to right field. It's Avery Moore, Jackson Schumacher, Jacob Perrin. From third to first, Finn Hochstein, Drew Borner, Ripken Fleck, Aiden Martin, and Corey Kozad, the catcher. Way outside, and Wilson's come back to work the count full. Sodbusters here today, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday against the Plainsmen, the travel-only team who just got their season started this week with 2 games against Fremont, which they lost. Payoff pitch. Too low for ball 4. Good take by Wilson, and he is on board with 1 out in the second. Bell sitting around the 80-mile-per-hour area on his fastball right now. And that'll bring up Ethan Foley, the designated hitter, one of the local guys from Grand Island Senior High. Graduated, well, it's now a couple of springs ago because school is out for the year, and he'll take strike 1 on the outside corner. Foley spent his freshman season at Coffeyville Community College. Only appeared in 5 games, but did get 4 hits. There goes the runner. Pitch is a ball. The throw is terrible, and it gets away from the infielders, but it would have had no chance to get out Zane Wilson, who steals the base. Wilson had a huge lead, got a great jump. The throw from Kozad well off target. The Sodbusters, for the 2nd straight inning, have a man in scoring position. Can Ethan Foley get the job done? He's only appeared in 3 games in the field so far. He's pitched a time or 2 on the mound. Foley with 3 hits in 3 games. Take a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And of course, probably not Foley's first time or first summer or spring playing on this turf Duncan Field. Grand Island visits Hastings very frequently in the spring and summer baseball. Chopper up the middle, it'll get the runner to third. Borner fields at short, tosses over in time for the out. So a ground out for Foley. It is a productive out, gets the game's potential first run 90 feet closer. 6-3 on the ground out, and Cooper Harrell will need a base hit here to give the Sodbusters their first run of the game. Jared Bell looking good so far. Nebraska prospects coming into today's game trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Harrell swings over the top of that first pitch. 0-1. For the prospects, they have had some considerable time off. This is their first game in 6 days. Neglected to mention that earlier. Their last game was last Saturday. They played a 5-game series over the span of a whole week against Fremont, and they went 2-3 in that series. 1-1 is outside, and 2 balls and 1 strike to Cooper Harrell. An Owasso, Oklahoma native, one of the ASU Mountain Home guys, who followed his head coach Josh Printer over here to spend his summer with the Sodbusters. The lefty fouls it down the first base line and down to his last strike. Cooper Harrell did see some considerable playing time in the road series. He actually played in all 5 games and went 4 for 16. So he doubled his hit count. He's got 7 hits, and 4 of them came earlier this week. 2-2 just misses outside. Not a bad miss by Bell, but a better take by Cooper Harrell. Payoff pitch with Zane Wilson at third base. Bell's got his sign, pumps it home, gets the swing and a miss on the pitch downstairs. 75 miles an hour, all it needed for Harrell to strike out. Third punch out for Bell, and the Sodbusters are turned away with a runner in scoring position for the second straight inning. Third inning headed your way with no score at Duncan Field.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Sodbuster baseball, their first of the final 4 home games of the first half. The 1 game against the Nebraska Prospects tonight. Very important game for Hastings as they look to claim the first half Independence League title with a best overall record of the teams eligible to make the Independence League playoffs. Again, there's some travel-only teams, so it's Hastings, Spearfish, Casper, Fremont, and Oahe, the 5 teams eligible for the playoffs. The Sodbusters looking to make it here after they were oh so close last year. A win of the first half title gets you an automatic bid into the postseason. Well, for the Sodbusters, they're back out to work with Marcus Miller, who's gone 6 up and 6 down so far, and Jackson Schumacher will take strike 1. Checked his swing, didn't matter, as he called a strike at the top of the zone. Schumacher had a hit in the previous contest against the Sodbusters. He's well behind the fastball there, and he's down 0-2. Schumacher was 1 for 3 with a double in that game. Also walked and struck out. His average so far this season, a 231 average, but a small sample size, just 3 for 13. 0-2 is just a tad high for ball one. Didn't miss by much. Marcus Miller looking good so far in his third start for the Hastings Sodbusters. Opening start for him was electric, second start not so much, but the odd start's trending in favor for him right now. Swing and a miss. Went with the same pitch on the upstairs fastball and gets the strikeouts. His fourth already of the game. So the first 7 batters not been able to figure out Marcus Miller yet. And Ripken Fleck, one of the guys on the all names list of the Independence League. I mean, how can you not just keep saying that over and over again? Ripken Fleck. Steve caught up with him before the first game and asked him about his name and says, yep, it's named after the great one, Cal Ripken Jr. Omaha native, attends college at Augustana University. 9 games for him so far this summer with 9 hits, including 1 double and 4 ribbies. Waves and misses at the pitch downstairs. Fans are getting a little extra rowdy because Ripken Fleck is tonight's beer batter. If he strikes out, it is reduced price adult beverages. And with Marcus Miller on the mound, you can bet that adult beverage is Miller Lite. He's way ahead 0-2. But misses outside to make it 1-2. Not a bad pitch to miss. Never want to fill up too much of the zone. Way ahead in the counts. Ripken Fleck did not appear in the past game against the Hastings Sodbusters. So seeing his first time against the green and gold. 1-2, again missing well outside. Fleck, the 8th place batter. On deck, the 9th place batter, Finn Hochstein. Couldn't have said it better myself, Ty. The fans want beer. Can Miller give it to him? The 2-2 pitch. Foul down the first base line. We'll see another one. So the prospects, after their game tonight, guess where they're going? Right back to Fremont. So that is going to be a stretch of, counting the numbers in my head here, 11 straight games against either the Hastings Sodbusters or the Fremont Moo. They've got Fremont Saturday through Tuesday, so 9 games against Fremont and 2 against the Hastings Sodbusters since June 5th. Fleck doing a good job of staying alive. Puts it in play to third. Backhanded stop by Welsh, but he bobbles it and will have no play. Hard hit ball that could be scored either way as a hit or an error. But Welsh did keep it in front to prevent extra bases. And that's the first base runner of the game for the Nebraska prospects. That one was a rocket off the bat as well, 91. So credit Welsh for just getting a glove on it. So Fleck at first base. Here is Finn Hochstein. Another one of the Nebraska boys, but not from the Omaha area. He is a Seward native. Played for the Blue Jays a couple of springs ago. A team that made the postseason. And he sends one into center field on very shallow. Racing in is Chase Phillips, and he will make the catch. And scampering back to first is Fleck. Phillips got a bit of a late read on it, and even the wind blowing in couldn't blow it far enough for the center fielder to get it. So that's back to the top of the order in Drew Borner. Also the ruling on that last play as well by Ripken Fleck. They rule that an infield single. A-okay with that call. 1 on and 2 outs. And Borner, who struck out, he laces one to right field, but Cossey is right there. He had him played perfectly. A hard line out to right field, and the prospects strand their first hit of the game. Still no score. The Hastings Sodbusters are coming up in the bottom of the 3rd inning at Duncan Field.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art. plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
And we're back. No score in the bottom of the third inning between the Prospects and the Sodbusters. It'll be their final meeting between the two squads until Monday the 14th of July, so almost 3 weeks until then. Monday and Tuesday they'll have a series, then 4 games to close out the last half of the season, or the second to last series of the season. But the Sodbusters want to close out the first half on a high note. Got 7 games in 7 days left in front of them. They were trying to have an off day over the weekend, but weren't able to arrange anything of that sort. For the Hastings Sodbusters, they will continue to plug away with little to no rest in between games. Chase Phillips, the first due up. It's 9-1-2 coming up for Hastings. Chase Phillips, the Aurora native, he has seen success on both sides of the baseball and serves the first pitch into left field on the ground. A base hit for Chase Phillips, just his 6th of the spring. He has been mainly used as a pitcher. In fact, he pitched twice earlier this week in the road series, so he has been busy on the mound and gets busy with the second hit of the game for Hastings. First hit since the first inning, and back to the top of the order in Christian Loera. Jarrett Bell still out there for the Nebraska Prospects on the mound. First pitch is downstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. The wind continues to gust in, blowing straight in from right field here tonight. Phillips away from first. Loera shows bunt. They've got the runner picked off. Phillips now in a pickle between first and second. Kozad, the second baseman, applies the tag, and Phillips is out. A base running blunder by the Sodbusters there, and that erases the leadoff single. A couple more throws than maybe that the Prospects would have liked, but the feed from Aiden Martin, the first baseman, over to Drew Borner, the shortstop, tags out Chase Phillips. Wonder if the bunt shown by Loera maybe distracted the runner at first base, because right as he squared to bunt, he took an extra step, and right then was the quick pickoff move by Bell. So back to a 1-0 count, now 2-0 as that breaking ball misses at 70 miles an hour. Loera struck out looking in the first. Sends one way out of play. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Loera, we told you about his awesome road series. He had a 4-hit game hit streak coming into last night's contest, but that was snapped with an 0-for-3 skid. Raised his batting average all the way from .216 at the start of the road trip to .315. Loera tries to kick the ball back to the catcher, had a little bit too much on it, said, hey, my bad, my footy skills are off. Christian Loera, our latest Sodbuster Spotlights. We'll have that up on our Sodcast later tomorrow. Again, if you haven't already, all of our pregame interviews and Sodbuster Spotlights are on Spotify. Search up the Sodcast. Meeting on the mound here, and home plate umpire Wade Spencer saying, guys, it's hot out here. Let's limit the meetings here today, please. And I feel him right there. It's not fun wearing the gear on a hot day. Catcher or umpire. Loera steps back in with a 3-1 count against Bell. And he pops it up Shallow center, didn't get a good look at it for the center fielder. The shortstop out and makes the catch on the second base side of the bag. Drew Borner covers a lot of ground after Schumacher in center field didn't get a good beat on it. So Loera pops out to the outfield, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So with that pickoff, Sodbusters trying to avoid going 1-2-3 in the inning with Drew Vega. Vega's been scuffling as of late, but has found a couple of base hits in the series on the road. In fact, he had his first double of the season last night in Spearfish. Until then, it has been strictly singles, which was trademark Drew Vega last season. Just a single up the middle type of guy for the Hastings Sodbusters. Vega 2 for 18 with 3 runs driven in. Only struck out 3 times. It's not like he's striking out a bunch. He's putting the ball in play, just getting extremely unlucky at the plate. It's a low strike call to make it 1-1. A little bit on the inside corner as well. Again, Bell sitting around the 78 to 80 mile per hour range on his fastball. A little bit slower for his breaking balls. That's inside, and it plunks Vega. He is the ball magnet of the team. That is the 8th time he has been hit this summer, which leads the team. So on a 2-1 count, Vega will take his base, so there will be no technical 1-2-3 inning for the prospects, as we are still no score here in this bottom of the 3rd inning. Hastings with 2 hits, the prospects with 1. Ground ball to the right side. It gets past the first baseman, covering over, and at the play is out at first base. Ripken Fleck couldn't get to, or Aiden Martin couldn't get to it. Ripken Fleck did, and ended up feeding the pitcher covering, who finds the base. A wacky play, untraditional ground out to second base. Well, we go to the top of the 4th inning. Quick moving game. Still no score in Hastings. We'll be right back from Sodbuster Baseball.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Ryan Valenta back with you from Duncan Field. It has been a pitcher's duel after the first 3 innings of play. The Hastings Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects, their second tilt of the season, but they've still got 6 more to go after that one. Also, update, a scoring change has been made. Going back to the last inning, they have changed that infield single from Ripken Fleck to an error on Tyler Welsh. So still then with the scoring change, no hits in the first 3 innings for the Prospects, and it's 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Jacob Perrin, Avery Moore, followed by Mike Valdivia. Perrin 0 for 1, struck out against Marcus Miller, who's back out on the mound. Only 1 base runner allowed so far with that error. Perrin swings and misses way out in front of that breaking ball to make it 0-1. From the wind, gets the call in the outside corner, and Perrin looks back with a kind of a disgusted look on his face, didn't like the call, and Flight Scope thought it was borderline on that backdoor breaking ball. 0-2, that one a fastball outside. Perrin 1 for 2 against the Sodbusters a couple weeks ago. But 12 hits in 11 games for him coming into tonight's contest. Pitch fouled off the glove of Greaves, and he'll stay alive. The Prospects, they were 2-7 against Hastings last year. The Sodbusters outscored them 64-30, but the Prospects put a sour end to the Hastings season last year. Hastings looking for a win and a Fremont loss last year to go to the playoffs. Unfortunately, neither of those happened. That's happening right there is Jacob Perrin going down on strikes for the second time in a row. Miller goes with the curveball away and gets the strikeouts. That is his 5th of the night. Avery Moore, the next to come to the plate on this all-turf infield here at Duncan. Grass outfield, of course. Line drive right at Chase Phillips, who comes in and makes the catch in center field. Avery Moore scorched that off the bat at 103. And there's nothing more frustrating as a hitter. You can't hit it any harder, but next thing you know, you're headed back to the dugouts on a laser beam line drive out. But good job by Phillips to read that perfectly. And 2 up and 2 down for Miller here in this 4th inning. First pitch, ouch, that one's fouled off the foot of Valdivia. And it's 0-1. The designated hitter grounded out in the 2nd inning to second base. Valdivia 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeouts so far in this series now across the season. 0-1 pitch from Miller is well in there for strike 2. Miller with very firm command of the strike zone so far. 46 pitches, only 11 of them have missed the strike zone. The 0-2 out of play on a foul ball. Mike Valdivia, Omaha native, another one of the Millard West guys. He is in the transfer portal right now, still looking for his fall college stop. Hasn't appeared in too many games so far, only 3 before this one, and has just 1 hit. Fouled back to the screen. Good job at keeping alive here. He'll see a 5th pitch in this at-bat. The Nebraska Prospects just have not been able to get it going in their pitching or offensive side. They've had a couple of good games, but otherwise they've been primarily blowout games. Pitch outside to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes with the bases empty and 2 outs in this top of the 4th inning with no score still. The lefty from the wind gets the swing and the miss. The backdoor breaking ball working all sorts of wonders for Marcus Miller. 2 more strikeouts to his line this inning, and he is up to a total of 6 Ks on this evening. No score. It remains a 0-0 game. Hastings still looking for that first run. We go to the bottom of the 4th.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
0-0 as we continue to roll along here on Sodbuster Baseball, just approaching an hour of game time, but we've already completed a total of 7 half innings. We are now into the bottom of the 4th. Sodbusters will send their middle part of the lineup up against Jarrett Bell, and fortunate for the Prospects, they're having an excellent outing for him so far. as they are very short on guys. Don't really have enough guys. This game was put into question. There was a talk about the prospects might not have been able to play today. That was earlier last week that those rumors dissipated. Appreciate the prospects being here tonight and playing in this contest. Pretty short-handed. Again, I can only see 2 hats in the dugout for the prospects right now. Got their 9 guys on the field and maybe a couple handful of replacements if and when they need to go to them. Jude Greaves taking the first 2 pitches, 4 balls upstairs to make it 2-0 against Jarrett Bell. Greaves appeared in 2 games in the road series, went 0 for 4 with a strikeout, but he's turned it around as of late. He had a big 0 for to start the season as he cracks a line drive to left field. Who can't see it? Drops in front of the left fielder, Avery Moore. And that is a signature Duncan Field left field line drive here at this time of day. The sun makes it almost impossible to see those low line drives, and Moore never saw it off the bat. Fortunately, though, it landed right in front of him, so it's just a leadoff single. But Jude Greaves with that hit, he'll get his 10th of the summer. The Oak Grove, Missouri native is on base. Tyler Welsh puts it in the air to right field. Jacob Perrin trotting in, and he'll make the catch as Tyler Welsh flies out on the first pitch. He's put the ball in twice, but he's now 0 for 2. So it's Zane Wilson now with 1 out. Sodbusters have had at least 1 base runner on in every inning, but they have not been able to push anyone home. They left 3 on base in the first 3 innings, and Zane Wilson, fresh off his first hit as the Sodbuster in the first part of the week, will look for his first hit at home. Sodbusters seen all kinds of success at home this year and last year. Numbers are noticeably better here at Duncan Field than on the road, minus the home runs, which actually are even home on the road. Sodbusters did have a road home run in the series. That was Brock Cross hitting a home run in the game earlier this week. So the Sodbusters just with 2 home runs this season. The other one by Luke Cossey here a couple weeks ago. Pick off the play to first, but back in safely is Greaves as Wilson is down on the count, 0-2. Hastings hitting a total of 265 as a team. Wilson goes the other way to left, but Moore is able to track that one down on the slicing line drive. Solid contact off the bat, but Wilson unrewarded there. So after the leadoff single, it's back-to-back flyouts. And it'll be up to Ethan Foley to try and get this run home or just keep the line moving. Other action in the Independence League tonight. The Spuds are playing the Zap, and the Plainsmen are playing Fremont again. Foley waving a miss at the first pitch. First strike 1. Foley 0 for 1, grounded to shorts back in the second. Jarrett Bell looking very sharp for the Nebraska prospects. Lays off the breaking ball that time to make it 1-1. 370 down the lines, 405 to the alleys, and 408 to dead center field. Greaves at first base, the 1-1 out of play. Ethan Foley, the Grand Island native, getting some summer playing time with the Sodbusters. 3 hits in 3 games so far. Looking for number 4 here. Bell shakes off a couple of signs from his catcher and now decides. Foul ball back to the screen. Foley got a piece of it on that breaking ball at the top of the zone. Sodbusters in their 5-game series up on the road. They hit 264. Scored 30 runs in those 5 games, but only went 2-3. The 1-2. Ground ball to the shortstop. Charging is Drew Borner. Throws on the run, and it's right on the money. A ground out as 3 straight retired after the leadoff single, and we are still scoreless through 4 innings. It is officially, if it wasn't already, a pitcher's duel here at Duncan Field. We go to the 5th after these messages.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Marcus Miller back on the bump for this top of the 5th inning. The Hastings Sodbusters looking to rebound from their 2-3 week so far with their win against Oahe and lost 3 out of 4 against the Spearfish Sasquatch. So the Squatch have the night off. In fact, looks like they're off for a bit. Curious to see when their next game is. The schedule doesn't have it on the Independence League. Looks like Game Changer is right. It looks like they could be off until next Wednesday, which seems a bit odd when they will close out the first half of the season against the Nebraska Prospects. So a chance for Hastings to separate themselves from the Sasquatch. If they can get 4 wins this weekend, that would put them 2 full games ahead of them. Put them in a real tough spot. Miller up on the bump. Cooper Harrell. Beg your pardon, it's Corey Kozad to lead things off for the Nebraska Prospects. 5, 6, and 7 coming up. Kozad, the catcher, popped out to first. His first at-bat, grounds out to third, and fouled down the line. Still nothing doing in the hit column for the Nebraska Prospects. Again, their only base runner of the game. The scoring on that was changed from a single to an error, which was that bouncing ball to third base that Welsh couldn't handle on the backhand. Marcus Miller gets the swing and the miss for strike 3 on the upstairs fastball. Just carving up the hitters right now, no better way to put it. 7 strikeouts for Miller. He has also now struck out 3 of the last 4 batters to come face him, and Aiden Martin will try and light the spark for this Nebraska Prospects team. Prospects one of 3 travel-only squads, but they're a team that plays all year long. A couple of new travel teams. The Bison and the Plainsmen don't have homes, so they're just the Bison and the Plainsmen. They don't have home locations like the Nebraska Prospects do. 1-0, big wave and a miss from Martin. I think he was looking fastball there and got the breaking ball. Martin 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. Base is empty, 1 out, no score. Pitch misses just outside to make it 2-1. Also a bit low according to our flight scope. Stats for the Sodbuster arms and offense have been pretty good so far. There's a ground ball up the middle, diving off the glove of Drew Vega, and that will be the first hit of the game. Heck of an effort by Vega, even if he does come up with it cleanly. That's tough for him to throw out the runner at first, and Aiden Martin will have his first hits in the Prospects' first hit of the game. He's got 3 hits against the Busters so far. Sodbusters started off the season 9-0, and since then 5-7. Coming into today with a 14-7 record, but still on top of the Independence League. Pitch misses up high to Jackson Schumacher. Also 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Casper sits in second place with a 10-7 record. They're 2 games behind the leaders. Foul tip into the mitt, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Schumacher went 1 for 3 with that double back a couple of Thursdays ago here in Hastings. The first base hit of the game is on first base. A high strike called, and Schumacher takes a look back. That one was right at the top of the zone, it looked like. Miller ahead in the count, 1-2, looking for perhaps another punch-out. Foul tip off the glove, foul ball off the glove, and home plate umpire Wade Spencer is going to walk a courtesy ball out to the pitcher. That one might have gotten Greaves a little bit. Seventh place hitter up in the lineup for the Prospects. Team looking to get back on the horse after dropping 3 straight against Fremont last weekend. Martin still at first with the 1-2 count, and he got him swinging on the fastball. Schumacher goes down on strikes for the second time, and Marcus Miller, another punch out for him, make it 8 on the outing. Well, strikeout number 9 would be a best one to have right now, because the beer batter Ripken Fleck coming up. Fleck, the one of 2 base runners in the game for the Nebraska Prospects. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball for strike 1. That one just snaps off, and the Prospects hitters just have not been able to time it here this evening. Out of play on the fastball and the foul ball, and it's quickly 0-2. Fans know what's at stake. We know what's at stake. It's perfect weather for the beer batter to strike out. And the drum starts the chant here. Nothing in 2 from the lefty. That one way outside, gets back to the screen. A wild pitch will allow Martin to move up to second. Just overthrew that fastball there at 82 miles an hour. So we'll do the 1-2 pitch now with the first base runner past second base, and they get him swinging. Miller struts off the mound with some swagger. 9 punch-outs for the Hastings native. He is feeling it tonight. So are the Sodbusters. We're through 4.5 scoreless innings, and we're halfway through tonight's contest, just an hour into the game. Come back, we'll get the bottom of the 5th right after these messages.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Pitcher's duel continues here at Duncan Field as Jarrett Bell will try and match his counterpart Marcus Miller by putting up another scoreless inning. Nothing but zeros on the scoreboard through the first 4.5. The Sodbusters with 3 hits. One coming in the first inning, the third inning, and the fourth inning. Prospects getting their first hit of the game in the last inning. And for Hastings, 8-9-1, set up against Jarrett Bell. 54 pitches for the Prospects right-hander, and 33 of them strikes. Puts one right over the outside corner to the first batter, Cooper Harrell. The Buster first baseman 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout back in the second. Bell pumps one in there foul, and quickly 0-2. Jarrett Bell, wherever he lands up in the next spring, that team will be happy to have him in the transfer portal after spending last year with Allen County Community College. Columbus native, not too far away here from Hastings, about an hour and a half to the northeast here. Base is empty to start off the bottom of the fifth, the 1-2 to Cooper Harrell. Little nub shot foul up the first base line. Pitching so good tonight, and you wondered how the winds and the heat would affect the players tonight. It's only affecting the offenses. Bell set with the 1-2. A called strike 3 in the outside corner. Harrell doesn't think too fondly of the call, and that is the first out of the fifth inning. Chase Phillips, the next batter, the ninth place hitter. Sodbusters finishing out their second time through the lineup. Chase Phillips had the single back in the third on the first pitch. He is swinging at the first pitch here and comes up empty, 0-1. Phillips, the Aurora natives, coming off his redshirt freshman season at Metropolitan Community College. Only saw time in the field. He was recruited as a pitcher, but coming off of Tommy John surgery, did not pitch for Metro last spring, but hit .266 in 51 games. He's behind the count here, 0-2 to Jarrett Bell. The righty's delivery, ground ball, just foul outside the third base bag. And we told you Phillips has been busy. He's seen a lot of time on the mound recently. But a guy, he can play second base. He can play the outfield. I bet you could put him in any 9 positions on the field and he would excel. Bell looking to put him in a way. It's inside to make it 1-2. Shadows starting to creep on the infield a little bit with the shadows of the concourse right off the first base line. Just misses on the 1-2. That one at 80 miles an hour. Not quite good enough. The 2-2. Ground ball foul down the third base line. And this has been such a well-pitched game that there has been no action in either of the bullpens whatsoever so far. 2-2, foul tip into the mitt, got him swinging. Bell strikes out back-to-back batters, his 5th punch-out of the evening, as Phillips goes down on strikes for the first time tonight, and back to the top of the order in Christian Loera. Four combined hits between the two teams. Loera right over our heads and out of play. 0-1. The sun just continues to be a dementor for the left side of the field for everybody here this evening. Already seen one line drive botched with the sun being the culprit. Gets the call in the outside corner. That was right there on the black. 0-2. At 77 miles an hour. Bell looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the game. What on earth? He tried a sidearm delivery there. It looked like I don't know. You see something new every time. That one, a complete sidewinder delivery there, and it missed way inside. Does Bell try it again here? Does not. Gets Loera to pop it up. This could be playable. It's heading towards the seats, and it will reach the first row of the stands. The foul ball just gets out of play, and Loera fortunate to get another swing on the house. If the wind is maybe any less than it is right now, that might stay in play for Kozad, the catcher. Bell still ahead 1-2 on Loera. The pitch. Up high 2-2. Sodbusters beginning their third time through the lineup. A couple of base hits, including a double, a hit batter, a walk. That's really been it. 2-2 outside. The count is run full. That was pitch number 72 for Bell. See how much longer of a leash he has. They probably need him to go as far as he can. Loera back up the middle, ranging over the second baseman Fleck. The go-ahead throw, and they did not get him. It's just too late. What a play by Ripken Fleck to make that even a close play. But Daniel Roth puts palms down at first base. And it's going to be an infield single for Christian Loera. A bang-bang play, but the range of the middle infielder, and I think that's Roth got it right. The prospects thought they had him out. But very, 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 very close. Goes the way of the Sodbusters. So now with 1 on and 2 outs, Drew Vega will try and keep the line moving here. Still nobody on the scoreboard, but the Sodbusters getting their 4th hit of the game. All of them by a different player. Prospects with just the 1 hit. Bell's 1-0. Well outside, it's 2-0. Vega with a strikeout and a hit by pitch. He started off the season hot. His first 4 games, he had a total of 8 hits. Since then, only a total of 6 hits. Time is called for a conference on the mound between the battery mates and the shortstop, Drew Borner. It's a little warm out there. Again, the wind is blowing, so it's not horrendous, but could definitely be better. But several dozens, probably over 100 fans in here at Duncan Field tonight. Lots of players down the first base line, or fans down the first base line, with blue and red on for the Nebraska Prospects, team that doesn't have to travel too far. Lots of parents in the Omaha area. Not a horrible drive to Hastings. 2-0 is well high, and 3-0. If Vega can reach, you got Luke Cossey on deck. Bell trying to find the zone, and he will. Right down Broadway for strike 1. Doesn't waste very much time in between pitch. Again, we're not quite at the major league level where we have a pitch clock yet. But both pitchers on the mound are acting like there is one tonight. Pickoff throw to first, and back in safely is Vega. The 3-1. A half-hearted swing by Vega, decided too late, and misses to make it strike 2. Sodbusters had a runner on third base in the second. They had a runner at second in the first. They've not been able to get anyone home. The payoff pitch. Vega way out in front of it and rips it foul. So Loera does get a head start with the 3-2 count, but he'll have to run all the way back. Got to imagine lots of cold towels, lots of hopefully cold fluids are in the dugout tonight on both sides, for that matter. Payoff again. Again foul. Right by Coach Printer down at third base. Corey Caranda does the first base coaching duties. Andy Chase, the statistician for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's a young coaching staff, but they mean business. Vega again in front of it. He has cranked 3 hard-hit foul balls. That one took a couple of hops off the brick wall in foul territory. 91 off the bat, just a little bit too early on it, on that 78 miles an hour fastball. So yet another payoff pitch from Jarrett Bell. Vega pokes it out into right field, a base hit. Loera will go to third as he was off with the pitch. Drew Vega wins the battle, and gotta feel real good for him. Struggling as of late, but a solid single to put runners on the corners, and indeed, Luke Cossey will get a chance here. Cossey has been excellent here at home for the Hastings Sodbusters. Did struggle on the road. He was 0 for 9 in 3 games earlier this week. Did drive in a couple of runs. But he's been a bit snake-bitten by the strikeouts as of recent. 18 hits for him. A .316 average, good for second best. That one is into the gap in left center field. No one is catching that. 2 runs will score. Cossey into second as it's still not out of the outfield. He's on his way to third and standing with a 2-run triple. That one a laser beam off the bat at 98 miles an hour, and the momentum carries it all the way to left center field. Luke Cossey, the 2-run triple, his 3rd triple of the year, RBIs number 9 and 10. It was coming. Wasn't a matter of if, just a matter of when. And 2-out magic for the Hastings Sodbusters. They get a pair of 2-out singles. And then the 2-run triple gets the Hastings Sodbusters their first runs of this very important ball game. Head coach Gabe Shemwell out for a conference on the mound with his guys. Curious to see who they have available out in the pen. And if you're just joining us, caught up with him to make sure there's nobody new or all the numbers stay the same. That's always the beauty of the travel teams. Guys will wear some different number this time or another number this time. They're one guy that's supposed to be first out of the pen, probably ready to come in at a moment's notice, but yeah, Shemwell told me, it's probably easier to tell you who isn't here than who is here, because a lot of guys not able to make the trip. So Loera Vega come home for the first runs of the game, and Luke Cossey, the go-ahead 2-run triple to start this 5th inning here. Jude Greaves takes a cut and a miss at the first pitch to make it 0-1. Jarrett Bell trying to find this last out of the inning and at least go through 5 innings. And his only blemish of the game came into this inning while allowing no runs and 3 hits. But he's been tagged for 3 hits and 2 runs, all of them coming with 2 outs. Greaves 1 for 2. Puts it in the air to shallow right. Going out is Fleck, the second baseman, calling for it, and it drops fair. Caught around first as Greaves, and he is out, but the run does score. Jude Greaves lost his footing around first base on the bloop shot. Fleck had it, looked like it was in his lap, but he couldn't make the play. Daniel Roth calls him out at first base. Greaves thought he got back in. I think the call probably right there. Printer wants the umpires to talk about it, but I can almost guarantee that the call will not be overturned. Roth was in the field, so he wasn't right there. But Greaves is indeed confirmed out. But he will get an RBI single out of it nonetheless, as the Sodbusters will have a 3-run 5th inning. We go to the 6th with some runs on the scoreboard for the first time.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
The allergy season to runs is over for the moment, as Hastings finally able to break through. Through the first 4 innings, they'd left 4 men on base, but they get the first 3 runs on the game thanks to 4 consecutive 2-out base hits. Unfortunately, their last base hit ends in a out, as Jude Greaves was caught around first base on that bloop pop fly, was ruled as a single and an RBI for him. So for Jude, you can give him a multi-hit game and just his 4th RBI of the summer. He's gotten a lot of hits, just hasn't had a lot of opportunities to hit guys in. And an opportunity to keep this with a 0 on the scoreboard for the Prospects is Marcus Miller. Back out for his 6th inning of work, only allowing the 1 Prospect hit, which was last inning in the 5th. He's got 9, 1 and 2 due up. Finn Hochstein, Drew Borner, and Jacob Perrin. The lefty's first pitch, it's away from the catcher, but is a ball downstairs. 67 pitches for Marcus. Only 17 of them have missed. The strike percentage for him, he is using the heat to be on a heater tonight. Wave and a miss at the breaking ball in the turf, as Hochstein was well out in front of that. Hochstein 0 for 3 with a strikeout in the first game of the series between the two teams. He flew out to center back in the 3rd. Miller's 1-1, outside 2-1. Shadows continue to creep farther in the infield. Miller's almost shaded on the mound and can create a bit of an illusion or deception. Right out of the hand, the ball can disappear in the shadows and then reappear at the edge of the home plate. Affects some hitters, but not everybody. That's a high fly ball to right, but Kasi is there over to his left. And no problem with that fly ball. Marcus Miller with another leadoff out. He has retired the leadoff man in every inning so far. Miller, in fact, did not give up a base runner until the 8th batter of the game. The only other base runner, a 1-out single in the 5th. And back to the top of the order in Drew Borner. Miller's had his number with a strikeout and a flyout against him. Borner was 0 for 4 in the Thursday series a couple weeks ago. The lefty fires. A line drive to Vega, who gets up and snags it. Drew Vega showing off the hops at second base. And it's another out for Marcus Miller and the Sodbusters. 2 up and 2 down. So it'll be Jacob Perrin trying to avoid a 1-2-3 inning. Marcus already has 3 of those in this game. He'll take outside for ball 1. Perrin's had a rough night, has struck out twice. 1 looking and 1 swinging. Jacob Perrin this summer, one of the best hitters on the team with 12 hits, but he's way out in front of that breaking ball. That one at 66 miles an hour. Pretty much the speed limit out here on Highway 6 just to the east here at Duncan Field. 0-1, that bounces in there. In cricket, that might be a strike, but not here. 3-0 Sodbusters. Their 3 runs coming in the last half inning after we were zeros until then. Miller from the winds. Wave and a miss for strike 2. Keep in mind, this is Marcus's first start in over 2.5 weeks, 18 days since his last start. Looks like he has been part of the rotation this whole season. Perrin gets a piece of it and fouls it back to the screen. Sodbuster defense remains the same. Nobody's made a change on the pitching mound quite yet. Could change perhaps with the prospects next inning. We'll just have to wait and find out. The 2-2. Again, Perrin just gets a piece of it. And it remains a 2-ball, 2-strike count. So the Sodbusters with the lead. Chance to reclaim sole possession of first place of the Independence League by a half game. With their counterpart also in first place, idle tonight. Perrin again just barely fouls it off. I'm confirming now that Spearfish is off until next Wednesday against the Prospects. So Hastings will have 5 games until then with a prime opportunity to make up some ground there. Breaking ball bends in there, but out of the zone. Good take on the inside pitch. So Miller's worked it full. Trying to find the put-away pitch. Perrin has been pesky. The payoff. Well outside for ball 4. Perrin is patient. And he wins the battle. The first walk given up by Marcus Miller tonight. That'll bring up Avery Moore. Miller up to 81 pitches on his pitch counts, but no question he'll likely be out for the 7th with no action in the bullpen. Moore 0 for 2 with a ground to short and a fly out to center. Up high on the first pitch, 1-0. Miller, a guy who had a .518 ERA and 11 appearances for the Hastings College Broncos this spring. Outside, 2-0. Curious to see how Hastings College is set to come out next spring. They've got a brand new head coach, Victor Rojas, former Los Angeles Angels play-by-play TV guy. Has since dropped into the coaching world, still does some play-by-play. But now a coach here. Foul territory. Is there a play in the first base dugout for Harrell? He does make the play in foul territory. Avery Moore fouls out. He's now 0 for 3 in the game. And it is still a 3-0 game with the Sodbusters in the lead. They're coming up in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back from Duncan Field in a moment.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. We are through 5.5, headed into the bottom of the 6th. And the Nebraska Prospects, they're going to go with a new arm to start off this inning. So that means the day of Jarrett Bell is done. 5 courageous innings for him, is lone blemish in the 3rd inning, and for the 3rd 3-run 5th inning. And taking the mound for the Nebraska Prospects, this is Isaac Borges. He's a guy wearing a different number today, but we've got him on here. It'll be his 3rd appearance, or his 4th appearance, all out of the pen 8 innings pitched, an 0-1 record. He's given up 7 hits, 7 runs, 8 walks, 8 strikeouts. That's a total of an 8.40 ERA. Isaac Borges, a Lincoln native out of Southeast Community College. So he'll be the first to take aim at the Hastings Sodbusters. Borges, the Lincoln East native, he actually just graduated from Lincoln East. Isaac Borges on, a new prospect pitcher for the first time this evening. Tyler Welsh, Zane Wilson, Ethan Foley due up for him. So Borges will be a Bobcat of Southeast Community College in this upcoming spring. And we'll look to try and put a 0 up on the scoreboard for the prospects. Tyler Welsh 0 for 2 today with a pop-out and a fly-out. Once again, still aiming for his first hit as a Sodbuster, and he gets scraped on the jersey by the first pitch. So an inauspicious start for Borges, the new pitcher. 1 pitch and a hit batter, the first base runner of the 6th inning. 9-inning contests. We're now an hour and a half into game time. Things have slowed up a little bit with the lengthy Sodbuster 5th inning, but you'll take the runs, as we know no lead is safe. Zane Wilson digs in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. He puts one in the air to shallow left center field. It's going to go out to left to Avery Moore, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Well, Zane Wilson's put some good swings on it. Unfortunately, nothing to show for it yet. That'll bring up Ethan Foley here in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out. Sodbusters with 3 runs on 7 hits and an error. First pitch, called a strike on the outside corner. Foley is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to short twice. Just his 4th game that he's appeared in the field this summer. 0-1. And it's ball 1 inside. One ball and 1 strike to Ethan Foley, the Grand Island native. Getting a chance to play close to home. Fouled back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Take a look at the other action around the Independence League. Oahe currently holds a 3-1 lead over the Casper. Oh, beg your pardon, that just flipped. Right as I opened it up, Casper has now taken a 4-3 lead over Oahe in the 6th. And the Plainsmen and Fremont, they are scoreless. Well, that one just flipped too. Plainsmen up 2-0 on Fremont in the 4th. 1-2 downstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Prospects going with a new arm for the first time. Two-two, got it by him. Fastball swing and a miss. Foley down on strikes as he's now 0 for 3. 2 outs in the inning after the leadoff hit by pitch. And it's Cooper Harrell, the lefty. Harrell in 8 games, 7 hits, including a double. .292 average for him. He went 4 for 16 in the road series earlier this week. First pitch down low, 1 ball, no strikes. Interesting defensive alignment for Harrell. They're playing him like in the outfield like he's a right-handed hitter. There's a ginormous gap in right center field. Called the strike on the bottom of the zone. It's 1 strike. The center fielder, Jackson Schumacher, is playing probably 20 steps towards left center field. Jacob Perrin, the right fielder, playing his normal right field position. Welsh still at first. Ground ball to the right side, ranging over, diving attempt. It's knocked down, but no play. Ripken Fleck got a glove on it, and that should be an infield hit for Cooper Harrell. Perfectly placed on the infield, and better job by Fleck to knock it down. Welsh could have made it to third as that ball gets into the outfield. So another hit for Hastings, and now it's 7 hits in the game. They changed that last at-bat of the 5th inning, that Jude Greaves pop-up. They changed it to an error, even though I don't think the fielder ever touched it. So only 7 hits now. There was only 3 hits in that last inning. So it's first and seconds. And that last play indeed ruled an infield single. So first and second, Borges now in a bit of a jam. That pitch, ouch, that hits Chase Phillips on the shoulder, and the bases will now be loaded with 2 outs. Fortunately, that was a breaking ball at 66 miles an hour. So if there's any pitch to get hit by, that's the one right there. Not a whole lot of velocity on it. So this innings now has gone hit by pitch, fly out, strikeout, single, hit by pitch. Top of the order for Christian Loera. Prime candidate to put some more runs on the scoreboard. Borges will now go back to the windup. Loera watches one right down the middle for strike 1. Loera hitting over a 500 mark in the Monday through Thursday series on the road. 9 for 17, but only had 1 ribby. Another pitch right there for strike 2. Right at the top of the zone at 79. Loera, physical education major at ASU Mountain Home. He finds a gap into right center field. That will score 2. Coming in is Welsh and Wilson, and going to second is Loera. The throw is cut off. He's in safely. A 2 RBI double for Christian Loera. It's now 5-0 Sodbusters. Loera continues his hitting ways. That's his 2nd hit of the game. And that double for Loera, that is his first extra base hit of the season. It was all 19 singles before that hit right there. Loera now with 20 hits, and that puts him in sole possession of 2nd most hits on the team here this summer. Now Drew Vega hits a hard ground ball to the shortstop. Borner's got it, throws over to first, and that is in time. Loera gets 2 more good runs on the board for the Hastings Sodbusters. 5-0 now your score. 8 hits for the good guys, just 1 hit for the prospects. And we expect to see Marcus Miller still out on the mound when we return.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
There he is, Marcus Miller, back out for his 7th inning of work for the Hastings Sodbusters. He completed 7 2/3 against Oahe in the opening series back at the start of the season, which already almost a month away, believe it or not. Sodbusters, we keep saying this young season, but it is now almost a whole month old. The 23rd will be the official month mark. Sodbusters will look to have a couple more wins under their belt by then. 5-0 to score. All 5 runs coming in the last 2 innings. And facing Marcus Miller to start things off will be Mike Valdivia, followed by Corey Kozad and Aiden Martin. Miller's been very efficient with his pitch counts, and nobody's even gotten up to get loose in the bullpen yet. 84 pitches through 6 innings. Chopper foul down the third base line with no head coach in the box there. Gabe Shemwell's having a chat with Josh Printer right at the bottom left of your screen. Valdivia 0 for 2 today, ground out to second and a strikeout. 0-1 downstairs. Miller is at 9 strikeouts, 1 off of his season high. Valdivia has offered at the strikeouts 1 time. The 1-1 line drive. It's caught at first by Cooper Harrell. Sprawling to his left. And he makes the sensational catch on what could have very well been extra bases. Sodbusters right side of the infield, making a couple of spectacular plays in the late going. And Valdivia dejectedly has to head back to the dugout. That's probably a big confidence booster for Marcus Miller as Corey Kozad steps in. Kozad has struck out once. He's also popped out. Still looking for his first hit of the Sodbuster series. Kozad only with 4 hits in 8 games coming into tonight. Upstairs, and Miller has fallen behind, 2-0. 8 hits for the Hastings Sodbusters, 1 hit for the Prospects. That hit came back in the 5th by the man on deck. Pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Miller, a guy that starts once a week for you, and when he starts, you don't want to miss Miller time. Ground ball to Welsh at 30, bobbles it, recovers, guns to first, and he is able to get it over there in time. Nervous, hold your breath moments, but Tyler Welsh, the Hastings College veteran, able to recover and make the play. 2 up and 2 down in the 7th. And now instead of Aiden Martin, the guy who has the lone hit of the game for the Nebraska Prospects, they will send up a pinch hitter. This is Cody Cizik. Saw Cizik pitch on the mound back in that couple Thursday ago game. He puts it out of play to the right side. Cizik in 7 games in the field, 3 for 18. He has struck out 11 times. One of the Omaha natives and attends college at Northwestern College up in Orange City, Iowa. Not the purple one, the Big Ten school. Out of play quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. And heck, if Miller can get it, this last guy out efficiently, he could still come back out for a potential 8th inning. The lefty way ahead, 0-2. Fouled off towards the Sodbuster dugouts. Jacob Boldoin ends up with it on the ricochet. Saw a scary moment in the majors. It's either yesterday or a couple days ago where Tampa Bay Rays player got beamed in the dugout with a foul ball line drive. Guys up at the top step, they're all watching. Always aware for those foul. 0-2. Ooh, that one missed everything. It went through the concourse upper level and back out into the parking lot. Some gentlemen sitting on the picnic bench over to the right, they almost got a souvenir right in the noggin. Miller still way ahead, misses outside on the backdoor breaking ball. So Miller now at 96 pitches. You have to complete an inning in 99 or under to be eligible to come out for another inning. You can't start a new inning after 100 pitches. here in the Independence League. 1-2. Fish shot. Welsh has another chance at third. Another perfect throw over. A 1-2-3 inning for Marcus Miller. If you've heard that before, well, it's because he's now got 4 of those tonight and will likely put a cap on an excellent evening for him. Who knows? Could come out for another one. And we'll go to the stretch now. Still 5-0 Hastings at Duncan Field.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Stretch time at Duncan Field, wherever you are. Across the city, across the state, across the country, join in and stretch with us too. We've had a good go at it recently for the Hastings Sodbusters. 5 runs over the past couple of innings, and Isaac Borges back out for his second full inning of work. For the Nebraska Prospects, he gave up 2 runs in his opening inning back in the bottom of the 6th. So Hastings, after being shut out for the first 4 innings, they will go for runs in back-to-back-to-back innings. Luke Cossey, Jude Greaves, and Tyler Welsh are the scheduled hitters. Sodbuster sent 7 to the plate last inning, but only scored 2 of them. Luke Cossey, another great day for him. Pair of extra base hits. Cossey now with 20 hits on the summer, and 5 of them going for extra bases. Had the 2-out double in the first where he was left stranded, and then the 2-run triple, which got this ice broken of the scoreless tie. Isaac Borges misses outside for ball 1. Cossey officially 2 for 3 today. And he's got yet another multi-hit game. With that there, that's his 7th multi-hit game. Shadows almost all across the infield now here at Duncan. Hard ground ball to the right side. Fleck ranges over. He's got it. Throw over is in time. Cossey grounds out to second base for the first time tonight. We'll head back to the dugout 2 for 4. And Jude Greaves will get the at-bat now. And again, in case you missed it, they changed the scoring on Greaves' last ball put in play from an RBI single to an error. Called a strike on the very first pitch. It's 0-1. So a game changer, they didn't even give the error to anybody. They just said he reached on an error, so we don't know who it was on. It's quickly 0-2 on him. Greaves does have a legit base hit, though, which came in the 4th. Borges misses outside, 1-2. Jude Greaves from Oak Grove, Missouri, Metropolitan Community College freshman. Him and Chase Phillips teammates in the spring. Upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Greaves did not play this spring, but did play in 11 games in 2024 and had 10 hits for Metro. Bases empty with 1 out. We're here in the bottom of the 7th. Foul ball. Josh Brenner thought about making a play on that, but then thought better of it. That rocket shot of a ground ball. Greaves the ground out in the 1st. His single came in the 4th. 2-2 from Borges. Ground ball again to short. Borner Charging, throwing on the run, on the money. 3 consecutive ground outs dating back to the end of the last inning for Borges. And it's 2 up and 2 down this inning. Only game between the Sodbusters and the Prospects for the remainder of this month before they will welcome the Plainsmen to town for the Saturday through Monday series, the travel-only team that's just getting underway with their season in their 3rd game of the season tonight in Fremont against the Moo. The batter, Tyler Welsh. Ball 1 is upstairs to Borges. Well, it's already a better result than last time because Borges hit Welsh on the very first pitch he threw when he came on in the 6th. Foul back to the screen. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Welsh. Finished up his 4th and final season with Hastings College. This is upstairs. He was a .284 hitter last year, and he came up in a lot of clutch spots for the Hastings Sodbusters when they needed a hit or just any sort of ball put in play. He was their go-to guy. 1-2 out of play. Welsh getting set to dig back in. Nothing doing for the Sodbusters in the 7th so far. Welsh does get a piece of the breaking ball there. Hastings still yet to go down 1-2-3 in an inning. They were practically close to doing that in the 5th before they got 2 out hits. It's also the same in the 1st inning, but the Prospects retired the first 2. Welsh again just gets a piece of it. Borges will have to throw another pitch. There is now action in the Sodbuster bullpen. Nate Fisher is getting loose. Don't need binoculars to see him down there with his unique delivery. We'll see if he's on for the 7th or if Marcus can come back out for maybe a couple more batters. Up high, 1-2. Because the rules are you can come back out until you hit 100 pitches, and then you can't start a new batter after 110 pitches. 2-2 again, way up high. So Borges has missed with the fastball 2 straight times after he was peppering Welsh with breaking balls outside of the zone. How about just a nice little single right back up the middle, get the monkey off Tyler's back here. Borges with the payoff pitch over his head, and it's ball 4. Welsh looking at him like, please, man, just don't hit me again. You can throw it wherever else, just not wherever that was. So Welsh does work the walk, and there will be no 1-2-3 inning for the Prospects. 5-0 Hastings, looking for win number 15. Sodbusters team oh so close to getting to the playoffs last year, but are in prime position to perhaps break that playoff drought. Outside on the first pitch to Zane Wilson. Wilson today 0 for 2 with a walk and a pair of flyouts. Correction, that pitch was a strike. Borges finds the same location for strike 2. 77 miles an hour. Borges, one of the guys that just graduated high school and was on the state champion team of Lincoln East. That one just misses high and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Welsh is at first after a pair of groundouts started the inning. On the way, and it's dropped on the foul ball. That was in and out of the mitt of the catcher Kozat. Sodbuster baseball not the only thing happening in Hastings this weekend. Tomorrow is the 48th annual Sertoma 8-man football all-star game. which will be at Hastings College's Lloyd Wilson Field. That one skips in there, gets away from the catcher Kozad, and it goes all the way up to the line, the third base side. Wild pitch. That'll move Welsh up into scoring position. So what is 8-man football, you may ask? I was asking the same question a couple of years ago before I started this job, and it's football, except you subtract 3 players from each team on the field at any given time. 8 men instead of 11, and you run the ball a lot. That's pretty much the only difference. Oh, and the fields are 20 yards shorter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wilson cuts through the fastball. Borges able to work a scoreless 7th inning. But the Sodbusters still enjoy a 5-0 lead. We head to the 8th after these messages from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
One of the great infield or in-between contests now happening now. The Dizzy Bat Race. The 2 Little Leaguers, they're young. They've got great equilibrium and balance. No trouble for them, unlike the inebriated adults that sometimes take participation in the Dizzy Bat Race. It's more fun when the guys fall over right away or somebody takes a big spill, but one of the many reasons to come out to Duncan Field. Great baseball being played here all season long. The Sodbusters are hot. The game is hot today. It's hitting 100 degrees at one point, so we're still in the 90s here as the sun continues to set. We start off the top of the 8th inning with the prospects 7, 8, and 9 hitters coming up. Jackson Schumacher. Looks like a pinch hitter is on deck. And then the 9th spot here, we'll see who all is coming to the plates. Marcus Miller. He's back out there. And a bunt is fouled back to the screen. Not sure what Schumacher's trying to do, bunting down by 5 runs. But anything to start a rally. So this will officially be Miller's last inning. He was able to escape last inning with 97 pitches, so he can go up until 110. You can start a new batter up until then. After that, his night will be done. Trying to tie his season high in strikeouts and also try and tie his season high in innings. His pitching debut, Miller went 7 2/3 and struck out 10. He's at 7 innings and has struck out 9 right now. Breaking ball finds the back door of the zone. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Schumacher has struck out both times against Miller. Another one wouldn't hurt. Be more than welcome here. 1-2. Out of play, foul. Schumacher 0 for 2 today. 1 for 3 a couple of weeks ago. Schumacher, another one of the outliers from Trainer, Iowa. Him and Aiden Martin, the guy that just came up before him, the Iowa boys on the team. 1-2, fouled off the body of Schumacher. So Miller now at over 100 pitches. Trying to squeeze every last pitch out of him as they can. So with pitching coming at such a premium this summer, and especially with Marcus Miller, who only makes about 1 start a week, want to get every last pitch out of him as you can. He's still ahead 1-2, and downstairs for ball 2. 7, 8, and 9 are here for the Prospects batting order. Still just the one hit, which came back in the 5th inning. Only other 2 base runners, a walk and an error. The 2-2. Got him swinging, strike 3. The breaking ball at 65 miles an hour takes care of Schumacher. He's got the strikeout hat trick. So Miller ties his season and Sodbuster career high with 10 strikeouts tonight. And he might have another one here. He'll have another opportunity here. The question is, will he get more than one? Jake Smolinski is a pinch hitter now for the Nebraska Prospects, taking the spot of Ripken Fleck, who was today's beer batter. Fleck was 0 for 2 in the game, and here is Jake Smolinski, a Gretna native, 2 for 11 in 5 games. First pitch is just a bit downstairs, according to the home plate umpire, Wade Spencer. Pitch number 105 right there for Marcus. 1-0 to Smolinski. Fouled towards his own dugouts, 1-1. Smolinski in 5 games, told you 2 for 11, has a run driven in. He's walked 3 times and struck out 3 times. So if this batter takes Miller over the 110 pitch mark, he can keep going until he finishes the batter, but that'll be his last. The 1-1, low and away, 2-1. After this inning is over, the Sodbusters will look for some insurance in the 8th inning and hope to close out this thing in the 9th. Pitch number 107 is swung on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the beer batter's spot in the order, so they are still offering the beer discount if they can get the strikeout here. Miller looking for the new record. It just gets a piece of it, fouls it back to the screen. Smolinski will stay alive and see one more pitch. So with that foul ball, that is pitch number 109, meaning that this will officially be the last batter for Marcus Miller. The 2-2 is put in play to Welsh, ranging over at third. High throw, but Harrell keeps the bag. That is the second out of the inning, and what a job for Marcus Miller, matching his season high in innings pitched and strikeouts. He goes 7 2/3 innings, striking out 10 batters. Coach Josh Printer may be asking Wade Spencer, hey, how much to maybe let him finish this last batter of the inning? That won't happen, though, as Marcus Miller's day is done. Nate Fisher coming on for the Hastings Sodbusters, and the Hastings native will get a well-deserved round of applause as he exits here. Guys pour out of the dugout in supports. And we'll take a quick break with a pitching change here at Duncan Field. 5-0 Sodbusters, new right-hander on the mound when we return.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood-bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back, or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
A new arm on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters, and an unmistakable one. That is Nate Fisher. His unique delivery, kind of a will squat the sidewinder delivery. The Bixby, Oklahoma native is on for the 8th time here as a Sodbuster. He has made one start, which came a week ago against Casper, but it'll be his 7th appearance out of the bullpen, 9 2/3 innings. Total of a 3.72 ERA. He's given up 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. He has hit 6 batters, but he comes on in relief of Marcus Miller, who went the maximum 110 pitches. And Nate Fisher trying to get going a bit early. Didn't even want to let his own defense get reset. Finn Hochstein is the batter for the Prospects. Fisher missing for ball 1. Sodbusters do not get a break till almost a week from now. In fact, they don't get a break until the end of the first half of the season. Sodbusters will end up complete a string of 18 games in 17 days is what it's scheduled to be, because they ended up playing a doubleheader on Wednesday. Line drive off the glove of Fisher, redirects out to Loera, but no play there. Infield hits by Finn Hochstein. The Seward native is on, which is his 4th hit of the summer, and that's just the 2nd hit for the Nebraska Prospects. If that does not go off Fisher's glove, there might be a play out for Loera at short, but we'll never know. Back to the top of the order in Drew Borner, 4th time now through the lineup. Pitch down low. Fisher's provided some valuable innings out of the pen for the Sodbusters. Northeast Oklahoma A&M products just finished up his freshman season there, but did not play in the spring. The 1-0 at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Fisher's delivery is so unique and just so off targets or weird that Flight Scope's having a bit of trouble picking up his stats here. Fouled out of play. That one got it at 74 miles an hour. Everything else, though, no dice on the numbers. Drew Borner behind in the count, 1-2. He's 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, a flyout, and a lineout. 1-2 pitch, slow breaking ball, foul outside the third base line. Defense still the same for the Sodbusters, even with the pitching change. Again, if you don't have weekend plans, Hastings in action Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday here at Duncan Field, looking to claim a first-half Independence League title. The 1-2 from Fisher. That hit him. Just got a piece of his leg and barely, if anything, hit by pitch. The 7th hit batter for Nate Fisher this summer. And he'll put up first and second with 2 outs. So Marcus Miller's line is closed, even though he was taken out in the middle of the inning. Fisher did not inherit any runners. There's a ground ball to second, should get Hastings out of the inning. Vega over to first as Jacob Perrin grounds out on the first pitch. A 2-out single and hit by pitch is left stranded. 5-0, the Sodbusters lead it. They'll look for some more runs here in the bottom of the 8th when we return from historic Duncan Field.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
It's the bottom of the 8th inning. The Prospects will go for their third new arm of the contest and on for the 4th time this season. This is Nicola French, Omaha native, another one of the Division I products, South Dakota State University. He's appeared in 3 games so far this summer, 6 innings pitched, an 0-1 record, an ERA of 7.5. His couple of outings that gave him troubles, gave up 4 runs, 4 hits, 6 runs, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts against Casper on May the 30th. Gave up a hit, a run, and 3 walks his last outing all the way back on June 8th against Fremont. So French is on for the first time in 12 days. Sodbusters have not seen him on the mound. Nicola French, the new pitcher. Ethan Foley, Cooper Harrell, and Chase Phillips, the scheduled hitters for the Hastings Sodbusters. South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits, team that had a tough spring 2025 season. Going 16-36 in that game. So if the Sodbusters are to add on, this will likely be their final opportunity to do so. Some former South Dakota State guys that are former Sodbusters as well, we hope are doing well. First pitch, a check swing swung at a miss by Foley. Jacob Suits, Jude Sundquist, Jack Kruger, South Dakota State guys, Bryce Ronkin from last year. Hope that they're all doing well. Bouncing ball out of play to the right field side. Ethan Foley, 0 for 3 today, a pair of groundouts and a strikeout. See if Fisher comes back out for the 9th for the Sodbusters, or if we'll see perhaps a new arm. Foley looking for his first base hit today. Misses up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nicola French with the 1-2 overthrows the fastball to make it 2-2. Foley 3 hits in 3 games, had a multi-hit game, his first game against Spearfish almost a month ago. Seldom appeared since then. He actually pitched 3 days ago in relief against Spearfish. 2-2, again badly missing back to the screen to bring it back to a full count. The payoff, up high for ball 4. Foley's on base for the first time tonight. So closing the line on Isaac Borges, who goes 2 innings. He allows 2 runs, a pair of hits, a pair of strikeouts, and a walk, and a couple of hit batters. So now it's Cooper Harrell on for the 4th time tonight. Harrell with the single in the 6th, otherwise a couple of strikeouts. Called a strike on the outside corner. That one at 84 miles an hour. French is bringing the velo here. Runner at first, nobody outs. Upstairs to make it 1-1. After this, 6 more games. Hopefully after the dust settles, the Sodbusters can clinch a spot in the ILB playoffs. Outside, back pick to first, not in time. Well, it's 3 more games at home this weekend and then 3 more games against Casper on the road. So if the Sodbusters clinch, it won't be until they go on the road, because with Spearfish idle this weekend, the best the Sodbusters can do is make it a game and a half lead over them. Up high, 3-1. 2 teams sitting neck and neck in the Independence League standings right now. Spearfish 15-8, Sodbusters 14-7. But with just one win and one more loss more for Spearfish, they are tied for first place. Downstairs for ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Nicola French. And Foley advances to second. Terrell on base for the second time tonight. Updates around the league. In the Oahe and Casper game, the Spuds making it a bit more of a breathing room now. They now lead the Zap 9-3 in the 7th inning. And out in Fremont, it's the Plainsmen still in front, but now just 2-1 in the 6th inning over Fremont. The Plainsmen, one of the newer travel teams, they're just in their second year of existence. Them and the Bison both, two teams that don't get their season started until late June or early July, depending on who it is. The Bison will get their season started late July. The Plainsmen will get their season, or is underway with their season. Those two squads combined for a 3-33 record last year, but again, with a limited amount of teams, their sole purpose is just to make it so that the same 5 teams aren't playing each other the entire season. And of course, because 5 home teams, there's got to be somebody, an even amount of teams. So 8 teams in the league of the Independence League variety. And after the visit to the mound by head coach Gabe Shemwell, it's back to the game with Chase Phillips at the dish. Takes a first pitch that just misses. Upstairs at 84, French sitting pretty right there. Foley at second, Harrell at first. Phillips now showing bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike on the outside corner. That one got up to 85 miles an hour. By far the fastest velo we've seen tonight, although Marcus Miller wasn't throwing a whole lot softer. French takes a look at the runners and paints the same corner for strike 2. Phillips today has a single, a strikeout, and a hit batsman. According to FlightScope, perfect pitches, those last 2 on the black. Runner dancing off second and on the move, a chopping ground ball. This is going to be trouble for the third baseman, Hochstein. The throw over is not in time. A chopper of a ground ball single for Chase Phillips, and he's got a multi-hit game on a ball that barely left the bat. So it's now bases loaded as 3 straight have reached for the Hastings Sodbusters. And it looks like they're going to go with a pinch hitter here. With the top of the order due up, Christian Loera has a hat on at the top step of the dugout, and instead, Chase Miller is going to get an opportunity for the Hastings Sodbusters. Chase Miller will appear in his 6th game as a Sodbuster this summer, and a chance to do some more serious damage. Miller's just 3 for 11 in 5 games, 3 walks and a pair of strikeouts. Hometown of Walkerton, Indiana. Outside by French, 2-0. Miller, another one of the Saginaw Valley State freshmen, saw limited playing time for the Cardinals in the spring. Appeared in 10 games and got 3 hits. Foley's at third, Harrell's at second, Phillips at first. French behind 2-0. Outside corner called a strike, 2-1. Sodbusters with 9 hits now after the last batter, Chase Phillips, singling. This was a 7-1 final a couple weeks ago. We're now at 5-0. Soft ground ball hit to Borner at short. Charging, his only plays at first, and he does make it in time for the out. But that's good for an RBI for Chase Miller. The RBI ground out puts Hastings up 6-0 with a run here in the 8th. And still plenty of opportunities here with that just being the first out. So Miller does a job, puts the ball in play, and gets rewarded for it. Ground ball hit hard at somebody. It could turn a double play, could have an opportunity to cut the runner down at the plate. Instead, now it's second and third with one out for the regularly scheduled hitter, Drew Vega. And Vega, again, way early on that pitch. We saw his last at-bat where he just tattooed either 3 or 4 balls way foul down the left field line. Vega with a hit in tonight's contest. That was a single back in the 5th. He also came around to score one of the 6 runs. Infield is playing slightly in as well for the prospects. Wave and a miss at the breaking ball, strike 2. Vega has a hit in back-to-back games. Now as he had a double last night against Spearfish. 6-0, a chance to add on, and the Sodbusters will look to seal the deal in the 9th after this inning. The 0-2 pitch, way high, 1-2. No action in the Sodbuster bullpen. Likely to see Fisher back out for the 9th. Harrell at third, Phillips at second. The 1-2 pitch from Nicola French. That hits him. Breaking ball got away, and Vega, for the 2nd time tonight, is hit by a pitch. The 9th time he has been plunked this summer. Sodbusters came into tonight in 21 games being hit by pitches 54 times. So averaging over 2 hit by pitches per game, and they have exceeded that mark tonight. That was their 3rd batter that got plunked. Luke Cossey, a chance to make it hurt here. Had the 2 RBI triple back in the 5th, and now bats with the bases loaded. It's outside for ball 1. Cossey, a 2-for-4 day, a double and a triple, with another multi-hit game tonight. High and away, 2-0. Sodbuster offense doing what it does best, is keep the line moving. They were quiet for the first 4 innings, but the past 4, they've scored in 3 and 4 of them. Up high to make it 3-0. If I'm Luke Cossey here, you know, you want to drive in a run any way you can, but if this is anywhere close, I give him the green light here. Let's see. He's taking all the way for strike 1. Right on the outside corner, so probably not the pitch you want to go after 3-0. And a good take by Cossey. 3-1 from French. Tied him up inside on the swing and the miss to make it 3-2. 1 run home in the inning so far. Luke Cossey trying to change that. The payoff pitch. Inside for ball 4. Another run is home. That looked pretty good pitch, but just missed inside a bit. It's an RBI walk for Luke Cossey. He drives in his 3rd run of the night. And you can make it a 7-1 ball game as Harrell comes across to score. Phillips advances to 3rd. Vega to 2nd, and Cossey down to 1st. And here is Jude Greaves. 1 hit for him tonight, looking for a multi-hit game. Called a strike on the outside corner. Nothing wrong with that pitch, right down Broadway. Sodbusters with 9 hits in the contest, 7 runs. Both teams with an error. On the top part of the zone for strike 2 to Greaves. Greaves now with 10 hits this summer in 12 games. Wave and a miss for strike 3. 3 pitches, and French gets the strikeout here, back to back. That's the first strikeout for Greaves, and the first strikeout for French. So now with 2 outs, here is Tyler Welsh. one just misses a bit high, 1-0. After coming on this inning alone, this will be pitch number 34 for French. Shaves off the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases full of busters. Can they get any more of them across? 1-1. Too high, 2-1. If Welsh can reach, Zane Wilson on deck. It's a high fly ball to right field. Going over towards the foul line is Jacob Perrin in foul territory. He does make the catch. Sodbusters strand, the bases loaded, but not before they put across 2 more runs here in the 8th inning. 7-0, 3 more outs to go before we wrap this baby up here at Duncan Field.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Final call for the Nebraska prospects in this top of the 9th inning. 7-0 your score. Sodbusters with 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and 2 more just a moment ago in the 8th inning. Nate Fisher back out to try and record the final 3 outs of the ball game. Came on and recorded 1 out in 3 batters back in the 8th inning, relieving Marcus Miller, who is set to get his 2nd win of the season. Fisher will have to tangle with 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Nebraska prospects. Avery Moore, the Purdue product, Mike Valdivia, followed by Corey Kozad are the scheduled hitters. Seen a couple of pinch hitters for the prospects. Definitely not out of the question. The Sodbusters 3 outs away from picking up an ever so important first home game win of this weekend. Here is Moore, 0 for 3 today. Again, the prospects just with 2 hits in 8 innings of work. Moore is late on the pitch from Fisher. The sun is completely set, but the wind continues to gust out of right field. Sodbusters trying to continue their winning ways against the prospects. That is a shallow fly ball. Here comes Phillips. He's on the run, and he tracks it down in left center field. The wind absolutely knocking that one down, but plenty of time for Chase Phillips, the Aurora native, to get out there in center field. That is the first out of the inning, and now Mike Valdivia for the prospects. Another guy 0 for 3 today. Prospects tonight, 2 hits and just 4 base runners. Couple of singles. Correction on that, 5 base runners. 2 singles, a walk, a hit batter, and reaching on an error. Called strike on the outside corner. It is 1 ball and 1 strike to Mike Valdivia. 0 for 3, a ground out, a strikeout, and a line out. Fouled back to the screen. And a strike away from getting the 2nd out of the inning. Again, stick around after the game. We'll have post-game numbers and coverage and get a chance to talk with the coaching staff. Popped up. Foul territory. Welsh at third, checking the fence. He's got plenty of room. He puts the squeeze on it for the 2nd out of the 9th inning. F5 in the scorebook, and one more batter stands in the way of the Sodbusters and a win here. That will be Corey Kozad. Kozad 0 for 3 today, was 0 for 3 in the first game of the series. Still looking for his first hits. Fisher, wave and a miss. Kozad could not catch up with that pitch at 76 miles an hour. Always fascinating how guys with such a funky arm angle can get so much velocity behind those pitch. Way outside, 1-1. Sodbusters will have 3 more games this weekend and into Monday. Outside, 2-1. Fans want the final strikeout to be called, or the final out to be called, but those pitches clearly missing out there. Bases empty, 7-0 game with the final out at bay, but it's missing to make it a 3-1 count. Nobody in the bullpen. This is Fisher's game. Corey Kozad trying to reach base, and he will with a 5-pitch walk. Aiden Martin will be the next batter, unless he is pinch hit for, which appears to be the case. Actually, a correction. This is Cody Cizik again. He pinch hit for Martin back in the 7th, so he's back up for his second time. Time is called as Kozad doesn't have a first base coach to pick up his elbow guard. Finally, Cooper Harrell will take it and just chuck it towards the dugout. Gabe Shemwell, the head coach for the Prospects, he's just chatting with assistant coach Corey Caranda down the third base line. You can't even see him on the camera. So here is Cody Cizik against Nate Fisher. That one right across for strike 1. Sodbusters set to reclaim sole control of first place in the Independence League. A slow breaking ball floats in there for strike 2. Cizik and the Prospects down to their last strike. The guys are about ready to pour out of the dugout on the third base side. Fisher with the 0-2. That was a sidearm delivery, kind of a different arm angle for Fisher, and he got up to 78 on that pitch. So him, like one of the other Prospects pitchers, is trying out something new here way ahead in the counts. 1-2 back to the submarine and fouls it off. Fairly quick moving game the first 4 innings, still fairly well paced, and 1 strike away. Just got a piece of it out of play as Cody Cizik stays alive. Cizik grounded to third base to end the 7th inning in his only at-bats. See what Fisher dials up here, still ahead in the counts. Low, but blocked by the Sodbuster catcher. And looks like the Sodbusters, they're going with a new catcher. This is Gavin Warren, replacing the former catcher Jude Greaves. 2-2, almost hit him inside, but Cizik able to jump back out of the way. Now it's a payoff pitch, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another foul ball out of play. Kozad got a head start there, but he'll have to retreat back to first base. The restless fans ready for this final out to be recorded here at 9:08 Central Time. Fisher brings it back to him, off of him, over to second base, and it's no problem for Chase Miller in time for the out, and the second shutout of the home season for the Hastings Sodbusters. They dominate the Nebraska Prospects from the 5th inning on, after a scoreless game until then, and Hastings improves to 15-7. They get their second straight win over the Prospects this season, and they will come into tomorrow night with a half-game lead over the Spearfish Sasquatch for first place in the Independence League. Final numbers and our coach's interview will be right after this on Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball. Ryan Valento with you in our post-game show with a 7-0 Hastings win. They get it done in shutout fashion for the third time this season, second here at home. And Nebraska Prospects, which almost were shut out against Hastings a couple of weeks ago, they spoiled that in the ninth inning with a run. Not this night, as the Sodbusters get the shutout win. They hold the Prospects to just 2 hits in the game. Incredulously, Marcus Miller, no surprise, another spectacular outing for him. He almost goes 8 innings, but he allows just the 2 hits and gives up no runs in the game. A stellar performance for him, and Nate Fisher gets the final 1 1/3 outs of the ball game. Plenty of numbers to cover here, so we'll do so now. 7-0 the final. 9 hits for the Sodbusters, 2 hits for the Prospects, a error each for both teams. Christian Loera, Luke Cossey, and Chase Phillips each with 2-hit games. For the Hastings Sodbusters, Loera had a pair of runs driven in. Cossey had the 2 RBI triple, as well as the RBI walk. Back in the past couple of frames, Drew Vega had a hit, Jude Greaves with a hit, Cooper Harrell with a hit as well. 5 walks and 8 strikeouts for the offense, but how about the left arm of Marcus Miller, 7 2/3 innings. Only gave up 1 hit, actually, no runs, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts. That's the big number for me right there, 1 walk. Sodbusters have seen some issues, and who doesn't see issues with the walks in the summer season? Just trying to find command of the zone. Sodbusters were all over the zone tonight. Look at Miller's numbers, 110 pitches, 78 strikes. Only 32 pitches where he did not find the strike zone. Sensational number for him tonight. He gets the win, his second win of the year. Nate Fisher gets the final 4 outs, did allow a hit, did walk 1, and hit a batter, but otherwise 29 pitches of scoreless baseball for Nate Fisher. The Nebraska Prospects taking the loss is their pitcher, Jarrett Bell. There's his first name. Jarrett Bell goes 5 innings, allows 6 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them were earned, a walk and 5 strikeouts. Isaac Borges went 2 innings in relief, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Nicola French got the final 3 outs of the game, but not before he allowed 2 runs. on 1 hit, 3 walks, and a strikeout. Prospect pitchers ended up hitting 4 Sodbuster batters tonight. Prospects down to 4 and 8. And once again, they are going to be back on the road tomorrow. They're going to be back in Fremont playing against the Moo, beg your pardon. That's going to be a weekend series. We'll stretch Saturday through Tuesday. The Prospects getting a heavy dose of Fremont and the Hastings Sodbusters in late going. Sodbusters improved to 15 and 7 as they go to a half game in front in the Independence League standings. Their 3rd shutout of the season tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. They will host the Plainsmen here, who have looking to get their feet under them after their first couple of games of the season earlier this week before they go to the Casper Spuds for a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday series. But nothing but good things to say about this Sodbuster team. Looked a little bit iffy throughout the first 4 innings. That was thanks to the pitcher Jarrett Bell controlling the Sodbusters for the most part. They scratched across a couple of hits, kind of left a couple of base runners, but then Luke Cossey got the things going with a 2 RBI triple in the 5th, and the gates opened shortly after that. Another run came home that inning. Sodbusters kept the pressure on, adding 2 more in the 6th inning, and had 2 more in the 8th inning just for some good measure to get some extra runs on the scoreboard. They end up scoring 7 runs on 9 hits this evening. They will look for some more success here in the final game of the series. Got the headset for you, too. We're going to give it to... We're definitely going to do it here. Head coach Josh Printer joins us now, and let's get our player of the game in here first, Marcus Miller. My goodness, you seem to know how to pitch, and you know how to pitch here. This is nothing new for you, but on a hot, steamy day, 7 2/3 innings, tie a season high in innings, and strikeouts. Can't really point out any faults with your work tonight. How would you rate your performance tonight?
I just came in to pitch outside, play into the wind, and let the ball do whatever, and I just came out and attacked the zone like I wanted to, So
with the wind blowing tonight, we noticed that your velo was up a couple ticks. Did it feel like you were throwing harder or your pitches were moving a little bit more tonight?
Nah, I was just going to be happy with 80 miles an hour today because I had all the movement on my backside, which would move all my pitches into their batter, so I didn't really matter.
And this is the first outing for you in more than 2 weeks, too. So you had a long segment off, but you looked very efficient tonight. Your offense helped you out finally in the 5th inning. Were you nervous at all with no run support through the first 4 innings?
Oh, absolutely. Hardy he's a teammate of mine at the college, and he was like, oh, it's Hastings College on repeat. And I was like, oh no. And I was like, okay, we got a few runs. I was like, all right, just get a 0.
Going on through the game, Luke Cossey had the triple in the 5th inning. Did you feel a little bit of weight lifted off your shoulders after they finally got some runs on the scoreboard?
Yeah, I just wanted to play to my game and just attack the zone. And if I got a strikeout, like I tied my career high or whatever, and I was just trying to fill up the zone and let my defense work.
When you were going out for the 8th inning, you knew you were on a pitch count. You only had a few pitches left. What were you thinking? Were you thinking, I need to get through these final 3 batters? What was going through your head in that last inning?
I honestly was just like, I told Xander, I was like, I just want to get a standing ovation. I don't know. I kind of live for those moments, and I was like, all right, if I run out of pitches after the first batter, I'm done. If I get out of the inning, good. But I like the standing ovations.
Well, and you got one, and you got your team the 7-0 win. Very excellent performance tonight. How did your arm feel after all that?
Honestly, it's not really sore. I threw a bullpen last week to one of the kids I coach in Legion, and I was like, oh, let's see if my arm's sore today. And it actually isn't that sore yet until I wake up tomorrow. So.
Okay, totally ungame related. I forgot you told us about the Legion baseball coaching duties. Which team are you with, and how are they doing this summer? Tell us about them.
I'm with the Braves, which would be like the juniors, the second team.
Johnson Imperial?
Yep, and
awesome.
Then they're not doing too bad. We just went to South Dakota this past weekend, and we went 4-0, and then we lost to Kearney in a tough game, 18-17 yesterday.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I told that about the listeners on the radio station in the morning. That's a barn burner, but should be good to district for you. Well, yes. Marcus, congratulations on another great performance.
Thank you.
Hope we can get you back on the mound as soon as possible.
Yes, thank you.
He's Marcus Miller, tonight's player of the game, 7 2/3, 10 strikeouts, only 1 walk on 110 pitches. Coach, thanks for bringing him up. Always good to catch another piece of the pie there, but you got to let your guys cruise through the way tonight. 7-0 win. Miller's obviously the big story. He told us about him, but tell us about him, what you thought was working best for him tonight.
Just able to land more than one pitch for a strike, and he said he was good with 80, but I think he let a couple go that were kind of mid 80s. He had a little bit of life on his fastball tonight, is what I saw. But no, just being able to land more than one pitch in any count, really. I mean, just keeping them off balance was big for him.
I'll pull up the numbers in a second, but he had a substantial strike ratio. But we mentioned the wind was just gusting in all night, and the heat was hot. There's no better way to put it. What was it like down on the field playing in the weird conditions? Did you feel like it had affected either your game or the other team's game at all?
BP was pretty hot, but I feel like once we got past the third inning, it started to kind of turn and go the other direction. But no, I mean, especially for the kids that have been here the last I want to say 2 summers, but for the kids that were here last summer, just. It's the same. I mean, it's the same. It's any turf field, especially in Arkansas. We have a bunch of Arkansas kids, and I mean, just on turf, it's gonna be more hot on turf. But I mean, I don't think it really affected anything. I mean, the wind, like Miller said, was all his breaking stuff was breaking even more with the wind, however hard it was blowing across into his breaking stuff. So that helped, but. I just made sure we talked about the outfielders, make sure we know our wind. We kind of shaded everyone over a little bit before the wind. Anything in the left center gap's going to blow all the way to the left. And we had Chase Phillips kind of almost dang near in left center field. But but no, I mean, just first base and everything, just don't give up on any balls. It'll stay in play, but just know the win.
The top and bottom of the order pretty key tonight for you. Christian Loera, Luke Cossey with multi-hit games. Vega gets a hit. Cooper Harrell gets a hit, and Chase Phillips with the multi-hit game too. The offense looked like they were getting back to playing Duncan Field ball tonight. Oh yeah, just going back to the win. I mean, just stay low line drives. I mean, anything in the air is gonna get flagged down, and except Kazi's. Kazi ended up right before the game today. He had a tough series in Spearfish, but he was seeing it well. He just didn't have really couple breaks go his way, but everyone in the dugout was kept on him, saying it's a reset day for him, and he thrived with it. I mean, pieced that ball up to left center and ended up burning the center fielder right off the bat. So great for him. Feel really good for him, and props to CeeLo and Vega for getting that inning going with 2 outs. Well, it's crunch time now for you. Welcome a new opponent to town for the first time in the Plainsmen, and then you go on the road to Casper. What kind of baseball is this team playing right now, and how confident are you that they can finish out this first half of the season strong? I think we've been playing really well. We had, I mean, other than one game in Spearfish, we were in all 4 of those games other than one, and just didn't catch a break there at the end on a couple of them. But just continue to play how we've been, how they've played all summer, and don't take anyone for granted. Ready to pounce tomorrow, and end up going to Casper on a hot note. So. Well, the Sodbusters are hot right now. Their second shutout of the season. Their 7-0 win. Coach, appreciate you coming up, and looking forward to keeping the momentum tomorrow. Absolutely. Thank you. Head coach Josh Printer, we'll see him and the Sodbusters back in action tomorrow night at 6:35 p.m. right here at Duncan Field. And that's going to do it for us here on Sodbuster Baseball. The Busters are a half game in first place for now, and they will look to make it a full game here tomorrow with their game against the Plainsmen. 3-game series out this weekend here at Duncan. If you're in the area, come on out. Until then, we will see you tomorrow. Steve's got you solo tomorrow. I will be doing the Sertoma 8-man football all-star game at Hastings College. So me solo today, Steve tomorrow, and then we get the both of us back as the crime-fighting duo back on Sunday and Monday. Appreciate Noah and Connor running the show today off screen and their hard work. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow night after a Sodbuster win. Ryan Valenta saying so long and have a happy Friday evening from Duncan Field.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer woodbat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch